Gen 1er. Funny, cause they know Gen has ever been funner. The best colors, red and blue, the best covers. Check it. They sayin' I'm a Gen 1er. Funny, cause they know Gen has ever been funner. The best colors, red and blue, the best covers, best starters, best stutters, best megas, best numbers. The single digits get the party started. But party's heartless, your party's garbage. Can pick the parts and try the carcass. But bar's the hardest, like Tara's artist. Compared to every other fire starter you could ever think to start with. You'll need to park it. These other Gens are weak for sure. They'll never ever be elite enough to beat the four. They try to beef with my trio, they'll meet my Venusaur. Hit them with that solar beam, then I make them eat the floor. They'll need support, they'll probably have to ask Troy. Hey, can you heal our balls? We made a bad choice. You knew that ass would get handed, you lose the trash that I'm bagging. I'll shoot your ass with the cannons, now meet my blast toys.
Stepped out in some gators for the drip, that's that water. And I'm full of holes like Crocs, I'm your falter. I alter your face, boy, you know my style. Dumb to talk with a big jaw like Total Dial. Easy target, try to play me, hit you hard by your chikorita. And you gon' see your Bailey rolling and I'm making big green. Meganium, the sweet smell coming off the flower be the craziest. A lot of y'all speak heat, but mine smoke and shoot. I send big fire back like Typhlosion. I'm coasting big chopper, everything I spit proper. Every word coming out the motherfucking quill lava. You shorty got low evasion, she ain't hard to hit. She want a journey, I show her these balls as a starter kit. On stream, make a stream while you quiver, cause you watching from a window like silver nickel.
Yeah. If you messin' with gang, liable to get gone. Switch lane, speed boost when my fire kicks on. We might leave you in the mud. Clips get drawn, big stick, big arms. Make a stone in my palm. Cause I'm torrent, with too much tree in my stash. I'm a Flores, 151 my dash. I'm a fire big tree. Yo shit weak like floor jazz. I don't need fly, kick high, I'm sorry. Watch my tone and watch how I'm stepping. So much drip, but I'm grinding while I'm flexing. Guess that means that all that electric won't even bleed a drop out my message. Where I stay, FL like hell, get hot, but the weather too wild. Big step, march time when I pick, step tile. Watch him leave when he drop. Couple leaves like blades, leave him cleave when we crop. Damn.
Fourth gen out of Sinnoh. Y'all wanna copy the style, but wasn't ditto. Shell to his back, I ain't talking armadillo. If I ever black, I turn this dame to a widow. Turd wig, leave you in a dirt kid with your wig in the earth, split out of service in your era. Torterra, brought more terror when I'm on terror. You're not earth, you not better. Chimp char, I believe you chump short. You ain't coming with that flame, then you getting outbarred. I go 8 with the flame, no an 8 in the game. No, it's fire off top, what I think is insane. You can't ride my wave. I be the nicest, king of the ocean. My crown be a Triton. Yeah, I see your girl think I'm cute with it. She can slide, catch your vibes and just juice with it.
Okay, I'm ballin' like a pig night. Every bar is gas too heated. Believe it, I'm going ham, you beefing. It's gonna end up in a fist fight. Another firefighter, but slightly brighter. My Stevie's tired of all these liars that ain't superior to this guy. Asha, what are you doing? These Gen 5 starters go stupid. The rest of y'all ain't get the invite. So when I move with a crew, don't get mad. You can't do what I do. Look, check it out. First off, I'm a boss and I mean that. Hammer arm in the glove where I keep that. No belts in the whip, but I beat straps. So you better buckle up now for that heat crash. I'm a samurai. Hoes give me dome when I you a goldfish, a bowl in a home to the goats, we the code. It's the beast and it's over. You don't want none with the 3 from you Nova.
Bonjour, hello, whoever's keeping score. Get the kids who came from Mr. Sycamore. Couldn't be sicker more. Whether it's a knight, a magician, or ninja, you're getting deep six by that team screaming, this is war. Meddling with ultimate weapons, folks are surrendering the French way. Can't defend your kin against the Fennekin, you best pray. 3D phase, making 4D plays in this game like a chess pin. Checkmate. Lick spitting like a greninja with the swiftness. Coming in quick with this ninjutsu, making a princess want to kiss this. Kicking it with that ass guy. You don't need to ask why. My brazen axe or a thorn in your backside. Chestnut, I'll tear your spine with this type of power. Del Fox, your ears will light like a fire flower. By the side of body, mind, heart, fighting side dark. Rising higher than the Eiffel Tower in your final hour.
Aloha to the Alola. Water on my body, no Primarina folda. Nigga, leave him leaning, the chopper hit like a lariat. Cleave him and roar. Keep the heater on my waistband. Spinning through his block and finna turn it to a wasteland. He thicker than a spray tan. My rifle got the long reach. I take him in a ghost and he floating like a Rabombi. Put a dot up on his face and he bluer than a Briambi. All me, hey. And I'm stacking all my star chips. Green on my mind, got me feeling like a Dartrix. I've been on the way for a minute, I ain't stopping till I'm finished. Ice beaming on my wrist from the Arctic. Hey, this is Cypher, don't be asking where the chorus at. I've been evolving the fire, feel like a Torcat. And I've been eyeing the throne, yeah, where Horus at. Yeah, I got my head up where the Sora at.
I mean, disrupt the scene, construct your team, choose between a bunch of beasts enough to beat any mon in this blood spot of rock, paper, scissors, pick an overgrown ape that could stick to the rhythm, a rampant rabbit that can kick through your innards, or a smug new to vote from a depressed lizard out in Galar. Can't catch 'em all anymore, gotta catch off. Find me in the watertight gym where the Galar. Time to act, call it Dynamax in the race, balls in the face and she fine with that. Tap that drum like a Rillaboom playing, Intellion fingers get the waterworks spraying. Gen 8 tell 'em we set the pace when I step in the gym, make 'em respect the game. These speedy-eyed brothers can't compete when I pop off. My starters will end, yeah, so you better hop off.
This, that, mascot rap. My dogs, we rats that blast off cats. That backpack that y'all play the game for. Fuck a starter, now this the main course. The man adapts, the stats meets, the team needs the type to please. I be nice and sleep green. Step into the Coliseum, all you see's me. Never gonna fall, you won't receive these EVs, y'all. Need to level up to above the flow while I'm bowing on the spot, dripping in the stones. Let's go, pull up on the foe. You don't want the damage. If you try to touch me, I'ma paralyze you from the static. I'm an addict when it comes to fire flaring on. Got the heat winning the league like the name's LeBron. Right, you, they just riding on the wave. He's on the face, on the box. Fuck your favorite mon, and that's that.
Welcome back, everybody, to Crows of Judgment. How is everyone doing tonight? So, I heard about this amazing debate that happened. It was like less than 10 minutes. Holy shit, give me 1 second. Sorry, very important business here. Okay, I think the stream is actually taken down. So first off, let me pull up something in the background while I check out and see if the stream is still up. I'm pretty sure it's been taken down. Or it's not live, or whatever you call it. Let's see. Oh, never mind. I see, I'm an idiot. Okay, so let's...
Real quick, Augie just tipped 30. May the biggest racist win. The Spurs are going to come at 3 p.m. here. Let me just pop out the chat right here.
Okay, so I think... Okay, all right, we'll start off here. So I'm going to be very clear. This was a very, 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 very fast debate. So I have some other topics that we're going to go over tonight. One of them is this Libs of TikTok doxing that happened. So I think some of you guys understand the background behind what happened between WillyMac and Technicals, because we've covered a lot of the story. But basically, when Technicals video on Zero dropped, Tech was getting challenged by many people in the commentary community, and WillyMac was one of the people who never how do I say this? He never engaged in a lot of the really stupid and petty fucking tactics going on, but at the same time he was highly critical of Technicals, and I think he had good reason to be critical. I mean, I disagreed with the conclusions he was coming to, but it wasn't like he was making absolutely no sense. But anyways, I do think that WillyMac is genuinely wrong on the Zero thing. However, that's neither here nor there. The debate that happened between him and Technicals was kind of stupid. I caught part of it. I tuned out and I come back and the debate is over. And I'm like, what am I fucking, what just happened? This is ridiculous. But again, let's actually, let's go ahead and watch it. We'll start with that. Then we're going to talk about this this doxing that took place in the Washington Post against the owner of the Libs of TikTok account. So we've actually played a few of the Libs of TikTok videos on the stream because it's genuinely hilarious. But Libs of TikTok does not editorialize the videos. I mean, there are words behind their tweets, sure, but like they don't edit the videos in any way, shape, or form. They literally are reposting these individuals' TikToks, right? So I guess an organization labeled Libs of TikTok as leading a hate campaign, an LGBTQ hate campaign. And you know, it's obviously ridiculous, but it's like a hacking group, right? And so like they obtain her personal information, they get her name, they get her address, and you know, they give it to this journalist named Taylor Lorenz from the Washington Post. And you know, she does exactly what you would expect of a piece of shit. She decides she's gonna go ahead and fucking post it. So she drops this woman's name, she drops her address, and now they're claiming that they didn't actually dox her her address. But we're gonna go into the whole story later. It's really fucked up. And then the final thing, and look, I try to be careful when we talk about the politics, but the whole thing that's happening in Florida with DeSantis, the governor, and Disney, the massive corporation, is absolutely hilarious. So for those of you who don't know, because of that whole parental rights and education bill that they passed, which was quickly labeled the "Don't Say Gay" bill by activists, Disney reluctantly kind of got involved on the side of the activists and basically said that they were going to use their money to get the bill repealed. So the governor turned around and said, okay, and they held a special session and they removed this special exemption that Disney has. Now, people have said this is going to hurt Florida, but essentially what it means is Disney no longer governs itself, right? It has to abide by all of Florida's statutes, all of Florida's legislations, everything, right? It also means that they're going to have to pay the state of Florida a bunch of fucking money in taxes. So it's a pretty big move. And there are people saying this is actually going to hurt Florida, and I want to like go over it because I think this is the first time you've seen a state actually go to war with like a massive corporation, at least in a while. And I think it's interesting. I genuinely think it's interesting. But also, this debate was only like 10 fucking minutes, so you really can't hold that against me. You really, really, really can't hold that against me. Anyways, guys, please do me a favor if you can, if you think I'm deserving of it. Please go ahead and leave us a tip. The link is in the description. Stream Elements, tip something or another. It's in the description. I'll eventually get off my ass and post it. But what's the evolution of Rhyhorn? It's Pokemon Infinity. It's just a fan game. I was okay, so I broke my pinky and I literally I can't use my other hand. So I can't play Elden Ring, which sucks because there was this new patch that dropped. And so all I can really do is play like games that I can just manage playing with like one hand. So like RPGs and shit, basically Pokemon, right? This requires literally very little, very little immediate response. I can leave it paused for a very long time without actually pausing it. So Let's get into the actual debate, and let's see if I can. Let me see if I can do this in a way that will actually make sense. That one. Here we go. Shrink this down. Okay, perfect. So we can still see the chat, and we can see them when they're talking. But we can pay attention to something more interesting. Oh man. Okay. Let's play it. It's very short. I'm genuinely surprised. Okay, so some backstory on this, right? I already gave you a little bit, but WillyMac has been like building up his criticisms of technicals for a pretty long time. And what essentially triggered this, and we can go over the tweets later because I didn't check to see if either of them put anything out about each other in the short time since this happened. But it essentially happens that Technicals is, he's been going after John Swan pretty heavily. And it's because John Swan's fucking video about Technicals after Technicals' video about Zero. And when Technicals did his video on Nairo, John Swan completely ignored it and just basically continued down this idea that Technicals was only covering the Nairo situation to deflect from the Zero situation. Now, I mean, I will say this because, to my understanding, Technical's idea of being a YouTuber, even when he's covering subjects like this, is this idea that he's an entertainer at the same time. So, with that in mind, and with the fact that you can just take a look at his actual upload schedule and shit, and if you paid attention to his content, his Zero video and his Nairo video both make sense. It seems a little absurd to me that that John Swan would put out a video and completely misrepresent what was going on. I think it took a lot of attention away from Nairo at a time when Technicals was really building up. But yeah, I don't know how to describe it in a way that makes complete sense. But essentially, when they came out against Technicals, it was not Technicals is a terrible has a terrible opinion. Actually, it did start that way, right? And at the end of the day, if you disagree, that you can vocalize your disagreement, and that did happen at first. But then it turned into Technicals is apologizing for pedophilia. Oh, Technicals' brother is a pedophile. Oh, Technicals' brother. Like, it got nasty, and it got nasty super fucking quick. And look, this whole truce thing that they have, everyone's meme dotting and shit. Me personally, look, if it stops them from fucking fighting like children, I mean, fine, right? Whatever. But since that truce has been made, there have been admissions. And the thing is, it's mostly because Sen actually watches Augie streams, even though Augie fucking hates him. Sen still enjoys watching his streams. And I'm... What's up, Sen?
What are you doing, Crow?
I'm just giving backstory on this shit.
Do you know what's going on?
I only watched part of the stream because I was with my wife at the time it started. But when I came back to it, like, I want to say 25 minutes later, it was already over. And so I'm like
10 minutes.
Yeah, so I'm like, I'm just gonna watch it on stream. Like, I mean, it's only 10 fucking minutes long. So that's fucking ridiculous.
It's 10 minutes. It's I don't know, John and Or watched it with me, and it was like the reactions were pretty good. They were pretty funny, especially for Willie, because Willie was sinking like a sinking ship.
See, the thing is, I don't hate WillyMac, right? And I've been very clear about this. When he was criticizing technicals on the Zero shit, when all that stuff was going down at first, Willie did not engage in any of the underhanded shit that was going on from the other people in the commentary community. He completely avoided it. He disagreed. He stated why he disagreed. And even though, like, I think he's wrong, he wasn't being like a malicious piece of shit, right? Like, he had a genuine reason for thinking what he was thinking. But I've noticed that he's continued to push on to technicals a little bit here and there. And I think that's because his issues with technicals aren't resolved. Kind of like how technicals issues with John Swan aren't resolved. Although it's definitely a lot more fucking personal. But I think he's wrong, right? I think the conclusion that fucking WillyMac has come to, I think, is genuinely wrong. And when we talked to him originally about this stuff, he was I forgot what he said exactly, but I just remember he had stumped me for a second until I got more information. And the thing is, even though the explanation made sense to me, for WillyMac, he continues to believe that because technicals will not speak to him, privately about the Zero situation and answer his questions about it, that means that technicals, at least to my understanding, it means technicals must be hiding something. I don't see why you jumped to that conclusion, but I did ask him if he thought that technicals was dishonest, and if I recall correctly, he said he believed he is. So the fact that it got to this level where they're sniping at each other on Twitter the way they were doing just a couple nights ago.
That was pretty keck, though. Do you want to pull up the tweet that started this whole thing here?
Yeah. Hold on. Let me turn this off for a second.
Because it wasn't just Tech that was tagged in it.
Yeah, no, you were tagged in it too. I posted on Discord and I'm like, why the fuck did he tag Sen? And or is like, well, that's because Sen is always like responding to him. I'm like, oh my god, that's hilarious.
I'm kind of glad he did it, because I got to say basically, because this whole thing was like,
you should have just said my channel is under attack.
No, listen, look at this shit. I'll give you the initial tweet.
I gotta get the tipster. Yeah, post on the Discord DMs. I'm gonna pull up the tipster tweets too.
Tipster?
Yeah, I think that these are, if I'm not mistaken. Hold on. Let me go into our group chat.
In a high school context.
Dude, I gotta pull up that high school context image too. Okay, see, the thing is, this shit's kind of funny in the sense that it's been literal months. And, I was saying that, because you've watched Augie's stream, Sen, you've seen Augie, like, flat out admit that the stuff with Technical's brother was just entirely to discredit him. I mean, when you see shit like that after they beat their chest standing on this fucking pedestal about how, no, it's about proving that... what was it? If he can't like completely cut off his brother forever from his life, that means that he endorses pedophilia or some stupid shit like that.
I thought it was like you didn't condemn him hard enough or something.
Well, yeah, but they're okay. But remember John Swan when he stated what he thought was condemnation, total condemnation, and it was basically he has to disown his brother and never speak to him again. I'm like, what the fuck do you mean? You want him to, you know what he said? I want you to exile your brother. I want you to exile your brother.
Thing that it's like, it goes back, it always goes back to Augie, but it's like one of the things he said, and he's never challenged on. It's like, the whole problem is that Tech's brother's a pedophile. Why is Augie's own word, oh, I don't think Tech's brother's a pedophile? It just contradicts the whole thing, doesn't it? And then it's like, okay, so what's the problem? Like, I don't get it.
Well, I mean, like, the thing is, you already have your answer. It was just about discrediting technicals.
Yeah, but they don't want to say it. It's like everything.
They've
even
already
like
fucking admitted
even
it.
The Willy
so, like...
call out, even the Willy call out was ridiculous because it's like, okay, you've been poking the bear for like 2 days already, right? This isn't the first time you did it. You did it a second time. This time you tagged me for some reason. I thought that was funny. But like, what did you want? Like, let me TLDR it for you. What happened? WillyMac was poking because he was blocked and he was probably feeling salty or something. Technicals didn't give a shit. Doc on the radio got involved for his channel's sake, so that he can have people on his channel, because that's his thing now. He got involved. He instigated the fight. He even admitted that he instigated the fight between these two, so they can have on his channel. You'll see it in the stream at the end.
Wait. I'm sorry. What happened? I was
because
the
basically the only reason this whole thing happened is because Doc, like, kind of made like. Okay, so the words Tech and Doc agreed to, like, instigated, right? Because this wasn't going to happen. This confrontation, technically, it only happened because Doc said, oh, come on my stream, both of you, and you guys can, like, whatever he wants to call it. Sometimes he calls it blood sports. Sometimes he calls it debates.
Are you telling me that Doc is just a clout-chasing asshole who's instigating drama for views?
I wouldn't say well, I mean, look, instigating, that was the word fucking Tech used, and that's the word Doc like agreed to it. Like, you'll see it again in this video. I wouldn't call it instigating. I would just be like opportunistically capitalizing on drama happening in real time.
I am shocked. I am absolutely shocked that the guy who badly moderates debates is also somebody who is being an opportunistic little weasel and, quote unquote, in his words, instigating shit and drama for fucking views.
I don't know why he agreed to that word, because I don't even think
I don't right, you know what, I'm not gonna be charitable. Like, oh, why? He's fucking saying it is. If he wants to take it back and correct the record, fucking fine. He
got mad at someone that called him a clout chaser. It was
you know what? What would you call it when you're instigating drama for views? Would you call that okay. I'm gonna give you 3 terms. You tell me what's the closest to it. Journalism, content creation, clout chasing.
Clout chasing.
Okay, all right, perfect. We're good.
Tried to, like, when he was arguing with the caller, it was kind of the funniest thing ever, because he tried to make it like, oh no, I'm just trying to make it so that things get resolved and shit. And it's like this guy was actually making decent points, just he wasn't a talker, so he didn't know how to convey them properly. But they went ahead and they were like, are you telling me that by trying to get a debate or a blood sports match between Steve DeLive and Repsion, anything's gonna be fucking resolved? By what you've seen on Twitter, do you actually think that's gonna happen? And like, Doc didn't really have a comeback because it's really weak.
Okay, my problem is Doc has no fucking clue about, like, the circumstances for any of this shit. And he's a terrible fucking moderator.
That's another thing. Willy didn't know shit about it either. It's like Willy and Doc both go into this shit unprepared as fuck, especially Doc, because he didn't even know the exact quote from the Destiny thing. He was like, correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't Destiny say that he doesn't even know? How do you not even know the basics of what you're asking the question for? And then Willy doesn't know jack all either. Like, what the fuck is this clown show, bro? It's like, how are you going to resolve a situation? You claim, oh, we're here to resolve things. No, you're here to give everybody a trash fire so they can give you money and views.
I mean,
you're not a therapist. You're not a psychiatrist. You're just doing this for money and views. And because Augie said we should watch you.
Look,
That's the only reason.
My thing is, I can't remember which debate it was, but if I recall correctly, there was a debate happening with Doc on the radio moderating, and in the middle of it, because somebody was getting their ass handed to them, Doc allowed 2 other people to randomly join the fucking call. And
it was
Doc...
the Aiden thing.
It was the Aiden thing. I think that they needed to go 3-on-1 against a 17-year-old.
No. Lyrics was 18. It was basically. Wait, hold on.
No.
It was Aiden.
Aiden was 17.
Aiden is 17.
Lyrics is 18. And who else joined it?
Connor and Nick Diorio.
Yeah, look, I'm just saying, if you're legitimately stating that your goal is to sit here and moderate because you want people to work their issues out, first off, fuck you. Like, nobody's that good fucking natured on this platform. Or Twitch, especially fucking Twitch. You want to pretend to be a self-help fucking guru, you piece of shit.
One of the funny things that was said was like, Doc was like, "Oh, well, don't you think anything got resolved between Tech and Willie?" And then it was like, "No, nothing got resolved. It was 10 minutes of fucking well, the last 5 minutes was a shit show. The first 5 minutes were boring as shit, but it was just a shit show. I mean, you got $30 out of it from Augie, and you got like over 100 viewers from Augie, so that's good for you. But like nothing got resolved at all. Nothing."
No, I mean, that's my point is, right? I just expect you to fucking be able to moderate a fucking debate if you're going to be fucking hosting these shits on your fucking platform. But like, if you can't do it, if you just want to be fucking blood sports, then just be fucking open and honest about it, because then at least people know what they're walking into, right? I would never join fucking Doc's platform for a fucking debate, because first off, he doesn't know the shit that he's talking about, right? Second, I mean, bro, it's not even about being fucking biased, right? You need to be able to jump in when it's appropriate. You can't just like sit there fucking silent like an idiot.
Ralph still to this day moderates blood sports, and he doesn't.
Yeah, that's what I mean. But that's what I mean, though. Ralph is specifically doing blood sports. If Doc wants to be a blood sports channel, then just be fucking honest about it.
Well, he flip flops. Right? They all flip flop when it's convenient. Oh, this was a blood sports match. Oh, never mind. It was a debate. It was an intellectual debate. Never mind. It was a blood sports match.
Okay. I get it. It's clearly. It's clearly not an intellectual debate. He's clearly not there to help people with their fucking issues. That is, it's actually fucking ridiculous that somebody would try and fucking state that, especially fucking Doc, especially with the crew that he hangs with. Right? Oh, guilt by association.
Dude,
I mean, just like, come on, let's be real.
When he got pressed by the question of, are you a clout chaser? Or you seem like a clout chaser? He acted so much like Augie. I was like, oh Jesus, this is so funny. Because he got super defensive like Augie. He got super loud like Augie. He got super like just aggravated for no reason. It's like, dog, everybody's literally a clout chaser. Like, unless you're trying to use it in the negative context, but you got to understand there's a positive way to clout chase too. And it's like basically networking, right? And like sucking up to everybody and being a bootlicker. Like when Augie was getting pushback for platforming Mr. Girl, even though he was really critical of Zero, and then WillyMac did the bootlicking thing where he was like, "Oh, so who cares if we talk about Mr. Girl? We all welcome back Zero," which is a blatant fucking lie.
Yeah, I mean, holy shit!
It's one of the stupidest shits that I've ever seen. Like,
yeah, look, I mean, here's the thing. I cannot stand how dishonest people are about that shit. Like, dude. I really do like WillyMac, but I think he is blatantly fucking wrong about this shit, right? I think he honestly has his head up his ass, and I really don't think he knows what he's talking about.
What the fuck? All right.
No, I still like him, but like, I can like someone and still think that they're being a fucking idiot. Like, dude.
I mean, it wasn't a good showing by him in the debate. I don't know why.
You know, the thing is, it's not like I've ever actually seen him debate. And I know that Technicals has the ability to get under people's skin. So,
But Technicals wasn't even, he didn't even play any mind games. He was just there. He was just like, bro, you fucking tagged me. You wanted this. Like, what's up? Like,
That's
he
fucking
did,
great.
though. He
That's
did.
fucking
And then
great.
Willie was like, oh, you know, I was just fucking, you you wanted this.
Oh my
You
God.
wanted to be here. And it's like, well,
I'm like,
technically,
okay,
no. Let me tell you what happened.
See,
Doc
this is.
wanted,
I'm trying
Doc
to be.
wanted
I'm
both
so
of
trying
you
to be
here.
charitable
Doc
to fucking
wanted both of
Willie.
you here. Technicals is a nice guy, so he was like, sure, whatever. And he didn't want to look like a bitch, so he's like, yeah, sure, I'll pull up any fucking time and I'll do Doc a favor. And then Willie initially said, no, I don't want to do this. Then Willie started getting called out and called like a coward, and we're like, why the fuck were you tagging this guy, asking him, for the smoke if you didn't want the smoke? Then all of a sudden Willie gets pressured into saying, okay, fine, I'll go. They go to Doc's. So yeah, there you go, Willie. You instigated the fight. You wanted the fight. You got the fight. You lost. GG. Simple.
Yeah, I mean, you can say simple, right? But like, I just, again, I like the guy, I really do, but I think he's just 100% fucking wrong here. I think that I think he thinks he knows more than he actually does on the fucking subject, and that's
Willie.
Yeah.
Well, Willie didn't even know about the 1419 fucking. Apparently, either he forgot or he just didn't fucking know because it wasn't convenient to know. That Augie liked the tweet that said, "Oh, there's nothing wrong with being 19 to 14, a 19 to 14 age difference, right?" And he didn't even realize that Augie never said, "Oh, I never liked this tweet." Augie was like, I like a lot of things, right? That was his fucking thing. It wasn't, no, I never liked this. It was just, oh, well, you know what? I like a lot of things, so who cares? People always want to neglect the importance of what liking that tweet is. So let me point it out for you. The tweet literally contradicts the whole reason Augie's mad at Zero in the first place. That's why that like has so much fucking relevance, because it shows that Augie is a fucking LARPer and a liar, and I don't know why he didn't explain this if this is the case. He had some magical transformation to where now all of a sudden 1914 is pedophilic to him. But he didn't bother explaining that. All he wanted to do is say, oh, I like a lot of things. So that's an Augie problem.
Yeah, okay. So here's...
It's called the truce.
No, this was before the truce. This is what he was doing before the truce.
Okay, so my thing is, I get what you're saying, right? My only problem with it is, we already know that the entire thing against technicals there was just massive fucking hypocrisy. Like, from start to fucking finish in every single way, shape, and form. They were blatantly being fucking dishonest. Their attacks against technicals were meant entirely to just discredit him. And it was completely underhanded and dirty. And that's it, right? I'm done, I'm not going to pretend like that there's anything about what happened there that was done in what's the saying, good faith, bad faith, but like legitimately, right? Everything done there was underhanded and done to discredit technicals, and it got very personal, and you got his family into it, and then you all acted like these emotional little fucking girls when he brought up fucking Zaptai. I'm like, you go after someone's brother, but then your friend's name gets brought up, and you all start your head starts spinning. It's actually fucking ridiculous.
No, it's not even ridiculous. It's embarrassing. You see all these grown men crying about a guy that, how well do you know this guy, right? Not even Turkey Tom was crying, and wasn't Zaptai Tom's inspiration? You got all these other embarrassments like Tipster and Harley and Dr. Skipper and fucking Dr. Skipper, lol, I warned you about him a while ago. Ha ha ha, right again. You got Augie, you got Nick, you got all these grown-ass men acting like, oh, let the bridges burn, guys. We went after his fucking family, but he mentions our internet boyfriend, and now it's time. Oh, by the way, Zaptai, sus as fuck. But let's mention, he mentions our internet boyfriend. It's time to get her tits up there, push them together, let the milk come out. Oh, we're all women now. And it's fuck off, tipster, Harley, fucking Nick, Augie, you guys are fucking spineless. Oh, the bridge is burned, mate. Okay, go fuck yourselves. Like, Jesus Christ. I've never seen this amount of, like, from the badasses in this community, I've never seen such spineless ass behavior, right? It's like they all lost their penises and, like, proceeded to have vaginas after that, and then heavily menstruate. Like, go fuck yourselves.
And then heavily menstruate. Okay.
Whatever. You know what I mean.
No, I don't even disagree with you. That's okay. So it's really frustrating. It really is to talk about this shit, because it doesn't matter what angle you approach it from. They just don't care. They're going to lie. I mean, they lied throughout the entire fucking drama. And if you bring it up, then they turn around and go, well, it's already been settled. Why are you bringing this up? You're just trying to instigate shit. I mean, like, dude, it's ridiculous.
I want to see, in regards to one of the things WillyMac said and one of the issues he had with tech, or still has with tech to this day, and this may be skipping a little ahead, but he says, every time I try to have a conversation with you about Zero, you always shift it to, like, Zaptai or Bigby or something. But it's like, but this all started because you're friends, once again, and I think even you, until you thought about it a little, but everybody in CC and your friends mainly were shifting everything from Zero, and then suddenly it was all about Pixel Drink for some reason. So I can understand the aggravation you might feel, Willie, but just remember that you guys started doing this first, and you guys did it with a family member, not an internet boyfriend. I just want to point that out. Differences.
Yeah, no, look, I honestly cannot fathom this idea that it was technicals that pushed things too far. Or like, honestly, it was ridiculous.
I'm not.
It was ridiculous. It's been fucking shameful. And I mean, I can chalk it up to, yes, a lot of the people involved in this shit are incredibly fucking young and dumb. But again, WillyMac is older.
WillyMac is wiser. What the fuck?
Well, I was kind of shocked that Willie was going
too.
so aggro on tech.
That too. I guess for me, I always go like, oh, with age comes wisdom, but like, obviously not. Obviously
well,
not.
He said he was so frustrated by all the inconsistencies that he perceived on Tech's end that he now he needed to start making call-out posts in public on Twitter and shit. And it's like, you know, when I thought of that, I'm like, that's fair. Like, I see so many inconsistencies with your friend Augie. You know, I get that. But the problem is that Willie went from making it like, oh, I'm publicly calling this guy out, call him a clown, to then it's like Technicals unblocks him and he says, okay, what's up? You know, he's ready to go. And then all of a sudden, Willie kind of is like, oh, you know, we could have done this in private, or you could have made a couple tweets, and, you know, and then, like, really, you really think that something like this topic is going to be able to easily be handled in just a couple tweets? No, it's better to just do it, like, vocally, right? Just get it over with. But that's the problem. You guys always, like, you can never settle, because it has to be an agree to disagree at this point, right? There's just not going to be any compromise between either side, it seems. So it's literally pointless for these two to have an interaction anymore, like, at all.
You know,
well, the debate was so underwhelming. It was literally like 11 minutes long.
10, give or take.
Oh God. That's shorter than the Augie and Grimsey debate. Jesus Christ. It wasn't even a real, like, I feel a little too charitable calling it a debate, too.
It also didn't have any fucking structure like all the other things, because it's like, Willie starts it, I think, with his argument being something about the private DMs of, like, where Tech... So Willie frames it as, you're calling Augie a pedophile in private DMs, right? Private DMs that Augie leaked to try to make himself look like a victim. So Tech is like, no, I didn't call him a pedophile. I said he's starting to sound like one by all the stupid shit he was talking on Twitter. And then Willie was like, well, isn't that the same thing? But I have one big problem with that, and it's like, I get where you're going with this. It's just that your boy Augie literally does much worse and does the same thing repeatedly, and I have yet to see you get upset or make that argument against him. So I don't think you're actually have a problem with people doing stuff like this. I think you have a problem because Tech does it, and you got a hate boner for Tech. If we're being real here.
Yeah, I mean, like, look, I think a lot of this shit's been this giant like blind side that they have because
it's a clusterfuck.
Yeah, I don't know what it is about Tech. I know he can be an asshole because he's very cocky, but like, thing is, the guy's not wrong. You know, the thing is, it sucks when someone's cocky, but until they fuck up, right? You can't just say whatever you want about them.
It's not even, you know how fucking Tommy became like a big yapper ever since he like lost Nicholas Dior, or he cut him off so that Nick couldn't damage him or whatever.
Yeah, I think that's his preemptive self-defense moves.
Yeah, so
kind of like when he preemptively canceled somebody.
And I don't know how fucking legit he is, but Tommy talked about like how everybody first met Tech and why they liked them. They're like, we like them because he was fucking ruthless and some other shit. I don't know. It sounded kind of gay, but he was like, oh, he was cold and ruthless or some shit.
Oh, okay.
And it's like, oh, so you liked him when he was cold and ruthless and he was on your side. So you were aware of all the bullshit like you guys are bitching about now, right? Because you know all this talk of Technicals is a weasel, Technicals is dishonest, Technicals is a slime ball. Yeah, you all love that.
Technicals is a pussy.
See, yeah, you all love that. That's the thing. And Tommy snaked you guys again. He's a fucking weasel himself. He just yaps and yaps and yaps, and it's so good. So, so you're telling me, you know, that all these fags here, like Augie, oh, he's not doing it anymore. Let's leave the fucking idiots of the truths out because they're spineless already. You're telling me every person in commentary that's bitching, like your heroes were well aware of the type of person Tech was, and you know what? They fucking loved it. They started hating it when it was used against them, but other than that, they loved it. They fucking loved the weapon like Technical. So what does that say about your little heroes? It says they're not the heroes you think they are, and you guys are just as fucking fake as every one of them. That's the truth.
I mean, look, dude, the thing is, I think everyone's kind of like that. You know, it's very easy to condemn the other side, your enemy. It's very hard to look at your own group or even yourself and, you know, fairly criticize and justify your actions. It's just so much easier to look at somebody else. And when you're dealing with, you know, such an immature group of people, it's just there's just so much bullshit that happens. It's kind of, it blows your mind a little bit how fucking self-righteous some people act. And when you actually look at the shit that they're doing and the shit that they're saying, you're like, you know, you people objectively, I want to say the word, but it already got me banned on Twitter. But you know, the people that don't have the best mental faculties, it seems like that. It genuinely seems like it's something like that. All right, so let's actually talk about these tweets here, though. So, Tech shitting on John after his 15-18 is bad take is fucking hilarious. Like, bro, you should agree with him. LOLOL. Please, Mr. Technicals, explain this for me. And so Harley actually, because Harley loves jumping into drama. Holy shit, I didn't even think about the fact he went after Augie so hard for the high school relationship shit, but he's doing the same thing now. LOL. Literal clown.
Wait, hold on. I have a problem with this. This is how gossip starts. And remember, fucking Harley didn't even get... Okay, so one, Willie didn't get it right. I don't know if he's purposely didn't revisit the debate where his boy got washed, or like he's just talking out of his ass. But I love how Harley knows nothing. He just got off the heels of being schooled by Destiny too about, hey, you don't know what the fuck grooming is, shut the fuck up, and he bows down. I don't know why he's trying to get involved in this. This is so stupid. This is sad. But it's like, do you guys like, you let your bias cloud your judgment and like warp your like perception of fucking reality. If you go to that Keemstar Augie debate, Keemstar hosting the Augie tech debate, you'll see what happened. And that you're wrong, though, right? Because I'm not the only one. Like, am I imagining this? But I'm pretty sure Tech made his stance on this whole thing crystal clear. So I don't get this whole let's start dogpiling on Tech by misrepresenting things. I hate that. It's so annoying.
The thing is, I genuinely don't understand at this point why WillyMac decided to jump in on this shit. And the thing is, if he genuinely doesn't understand what the situation is between John Swan and Technicals, I mean, that seems ridiculous to me.
I mean, it's not that hard to understand. Technicals made it clear he was going after John Swan because John wasn't tied to the truce.
I mean, it's not even that.
Because John Swan targeted his brother.
Yeah, no, what John Swan did was absolutely wrong, absolutely disgusting. And if WillyMac wants to justify that, well, that's an entirely different story. And I would love to actually talk to him about that, because I find it, honestly, I find that indefensible. I genuinely, because at this point, we know that the entire reason why his brother was brought into things was about discrediting him. It was not about this genuine comparison. It was not about trying to expose something that happened. It was about trying to take an underhanded shot at the guy. And John Swan, well, I will say this, I don't think he is solely responsible for that decision. And I think anyone that does think that
he was an opportunist.
I think the correct term is mouthpiece.
Or mouthpiece. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Well, I'd go as far as to say I think Willie might have been a mouthpiece as well. Seeing how things have been playing out lately, I think that's safe to assume.
Maybe. My thing is, I don't know why Willie is going in this direction, because at this point, everything that has come out has not been favorable for any of these people. Now, if he legitimately thinks that it's ridiculous what Technicals is criticizing John Swan for, I mean, I don't know what to say. I really don't know what to say. I do want to get through some more tweets though, because there was there was Sen's response to WillyMac here, and I do want to pull up Technical's Twitter and WillyMac's just to see if they said it.
You're not showing us anything, right?
Yeah, we're literally just looking at our. By the way, what the heck is that icon, Sen?
Oh, right.
What the fuck is that?
I just assume you guys are watching the live stream. And
what is your icon?
It's what?
Jesus Christ!
Is that a gecko?
I don't know, dude. That's why I want him to tell me. I don't know what it is, and it's freaking me out.
Honestly, it looks like the Pokemon.
Him laughing.
Okay. Listen, I can tell you what it is. It looks like the Pokemon Trico. I'm pretty sure that's what it is.
Oh my god, it moves.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Oh, you bastard! I'm trying to raise this fucking Magnemite, and I hate it so much.
Yeah. I bet, Crow. I bet.
Well, the problem is it needs to evolve into a form that doesn't get one shot by literally everything. It doesn't evolve until a high level. It just sucks raising this thing. I hate it. But I like its evolution. Okay.
I might too.
Yeah, I'm sure you do. Okay,
Is
so
that like a Pokemon thing.
Yeah, it's a Pokemon thing.
Booga booga.
Yeah, it's like an STD in Pokemon, the Magnemites.
Oh dear God, that's wonderful.
You could still find it wrong or weird, but what other people have tried to do is label someone as a predator. Something tech didn't want to do, which is why your friend Augie RC now sings a different tone on whether or not labeling someone is the right call. The real joke is tech got half the community to think 1815 is the same as Zero clearly grooming a 14-year-old fan. You know what? This is my problem with WillyMac, right? That shit that girl claims literally can't be fucking proven. And I know WillyMac hasn't done the fucking research into the subject. I know for a fact he fucking hasn't. So what am I supposed to say?
It's a fair thing to say that too, given his performance in today's quote-unquote debate or whatever it was.
It actually fucking aggravates me, because here's the thing: WillyMac is not one of these random assholes in the RFC community, right? Who runs their fucking mouth off and they're like in reality, 14 years old. They don't know shit. Like everyone who showed up for that fucking Duck on the Radio Pound Town crusade against technicals, right? Where everybody literally showed up and got one-handed slapped.
Oh God!
Look,
don't even remind me.
Look,
that was. Oh my God!
I do expect more. Look, my problem is I expect more out of WillyMac, right? Because at the end of the day, you can sit there and go, I understand that there is no evidence for it, but there is his confession. But again, he confessed to other things that did not happen, that we know did not happen. And my biggest issue when I say that is when WillyMac wants to say half the community believes 18 and 15. Oh, okay, asshole. Half the fucking community legitimately thought that God, how do I say this in a way that makes sense? Half the community legitimately thought that that condemnation, right, does not mean you say that you condemn something and you are very clear that you do not support it and you openly condemn it, right? It's you publicly disown the person, you never speak to them again, and you cut them off entirely forever, right? Like, what the actual fuck? Honestly, what the actual fuck was that, right? Half the community, I want to say actually over half the community, believes that even though he clearly apologized to people that did nothing but lie about him, right? Even though he clearly apologized to them for everything that they were accusing him of, he wasn't actually apologizing because he clarified some of the situations, right? So that's not him fully accepting responsibility. Oh my goodness. Like, holy shit. You really want to talk about who, like, fucked up this community? Like, like, what the actual fuck? Right? Oh, you want to pull up the fucking Ice Cube story? Here's the thing, dude. I know that consistently gets mentioned. But again, you can't use his confession for shit. Because the guy's confessed to shit that he did not fucking do.
Yeah, that's kind of like one of the things people gloss over. Like, so
of course they gloss over because they have no explanation for it.
So if this guy has confessed, this has been verified, confessed to things or crimes or whatever that he hasn't done, like, so isn't there a possibility that he, confessed to this crime as well and he didn't do it? Like, I'm not saying that that did happen. I'm just saying that why would you overgloss that possibility when it is, like, in fact a possibility,
The problem is nobody in this fucking community has an actual explanation for it that does not end with, I guess it means you can't actually take his confession at face value. That's the issue. That's the problem. So they gloss over it, or in the most stunning case of sheer dishonesty and I would say manipulation by the Oh my god, I can't say the fucking word. But the resident R word, fucking hell, it doesn't even sound that good. The fucking jackass John Swan, the guy who regularly fucking lies, right? Comes out and makes the most absurd fucking claims. The most absurd statements, the most absolute insane leaps in fucking logic, right? And I gotta sit here and listen to this fucking Ice Cube story. I get brought up again and again and again and again and again.
That's never been proven to exist, which really, like, that's what irks me the most.
Justification for bringing it up, even though again we know that he's confessed to other things, is because John Swan put out an awful fucking video that's blatantly fucking dishonest. In which he openly states that when Zero apologizes to people, the fact that he also clarified means that he was not actually apologizing or accepting responsibility. When he told his supporters to stop supporting him, he was actually defending himself. The twisted mental fucking gymnastics that you idiots put yourselves through. It's disgusting. I don't know what the fuck is wrong with you people. I really have no fucking clue what is wrong with you people. It makes no sense to me. So you have to gloss over it. And at this point, I think the problem is you've lied to yourselves over and over and over again. Because being honest is so fucking hard. Criticizing yourselves is so fucking difficult. It's just so bad being wrong, isn't it? Sucks being wrong. It just sucks being wrong.
Welcome to the commentary community.
How many situations have been fucked up by the commentary community? Genuinely, right? Everyone is capable of making mistakes. I'm just saying, it'd be great if people didn't act so fucking sure of themselves when they don't know about certain situations. And I am blatantly stating that WillyMac has not done the research into this situation with Zero. And I know he definitely has not looked into Katie, the accuser. And I know that he has no actual explanation for why Zero was confessing to things that he clearly did not fucking do.
Actually, Crow, there's a lot of things Willie doesn't have an explanation for. If you watch the video,
I will watch the video. But
one of the things he does is he says a statement and he brings it up, and then Tech asks him a question, a follow-up question, and then his answer to that follow-up question is legitimately just like, I don't know. So then when he said John had so like the best fucking reaction.
We're watching the video.
Ever.
We're watching the video. I have your tweets back and forth with him, right? Like I'm done with this shit. Grooming boxing event. Like I just like, dude, I like Willie. I do like Willie. I think he's so fucking wrong on this one. And I hope that, like, if he wants to mock me, I'm okay with it. I get it, because I'm being a little harsh too. But like, I still like the guy. I still like the guy at 100%. It's just, I really think he's fucking 100% wrong on this shit. Okay, so let's get into this.
There we go. All right. Let's go ahead and drag Tech and I see Smaggle in the callers here. Let's go ahead and get him in here.
I want to keep the chat open.
What's going on? What's going on? What are you doing?
Echo. Pause.
Okay.
I was listening. Why did you drag me in? I thought
dragged you in.
would be in college.
I dragged you in because I'm waiting for WillyMac to join.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
We're waiting for that.
You know what? I gotta say, more and more every day since encountering Smaggle, the fucker has grown on me.
I agree.
I mean, right? He came across as like this complete just autistic asshole. And now it's like, holy shit, I actually like really appreciate.
He's the lovable retard of the family.
Oh god, he's
yeah.
No, it's like it's if you hate Smaggle, there's something wrong with you. Okay, I'm sorry guys, let me play.
The Spurs are gonna come to the server inevitably.
Dude, Smaggle, you got to get a microphone, dude. I keep hearing this white noise. I keep hearing you clicking and
that was-
clacking. Yeah. No, it's on your end. It's Smaggle's, dude.
Dude, I'll get it. I'll get it soon. I can't wait now because I have to fucking order it and ship it. So,
So,
Right,
Shock,
dude.
you got.
There we go.
I have by default.
Well, I've DM'd Take. Is that correct?
Yeah, it seems like there's an inconsistency.
I think well, I'll go ahead and start off with just prefacing this. So
okay, all right. This is actually where it begins. So it's only going to be 10 minutes long. I really thought there would be more to this. I really thought there would be like a lot more to this, and I'm still a little surprised that after all the build up, after like the slow and steady just kind of growing resentment, all that came out of it was like 10 fucking minutes.
Bro, you better go at
so
point.
Willie, if
I better go what?
Well, the way it was hyped up too, it was.
You're
pretty
gonna go like
underwhelming.
that, Crow. You know why? Because at one point, Willie kind of tries to justify donating to Jisoo.
Oh God, I got really angry when I heard that.
I want to make sure you go for that.
If I'm correct, the reason why you wanted to talk to Tech was about the inconsistency regarding the high school context, the 15-18 take. Is that correct?
Yeah, it seems like there's an inconsistency.
Okay, well, we can just go ahead and get started with that. So I saw you on Twitter. You're talking about Tech. You're calling him out for it, and you wanted to talk to Tech, or you wanted to see him respond. So here's your chance. You can go ahead and have at it. I guess I don't know.
All right, well, at like the Keem Augie debate, that kind of, I guess that didn't start everything, but it was kind of the 18-15 start. He like made that a big deal. He said like,
I said that it was weird.
Yeah, well, you said it was bad, right? You said high school context T-shirts and all that you sold. I think you said all age gaps are like bad in your video, or it's all bad.
What?
And then I think you
wait, slow down. Wait, slow down.
There's a picture of you calling Augie a pedo for 18-15.
I did not call Augie a pedo.
I mean, I got a screenshot here.
Send it over here.
Are you talking about the DM where I said he's sounding like a pedophile?
Yeah, he sounds like a pedo.
Yeah, that was also in a private group chat DM, and he leaked that. I didn't make a statement where it's like Augie is a pedophile. I said, dude, you're sounding like a pedophile.
But you know who does do
Don't
that?
you think sounding and
Okay, all right.
You know who publicly does imply other people?
No, fucking Augie does it. Like Augie and Tommy C were just doing it to fucking Steam. Augie and like they're just doing it to fucking Steam. Like, where the fuck are you coming from? Fucking
I'm like,
god damn, dude.
Willie, this is such a fucking non-issue. Like, literally, if your friend wasn't doing it, maybe I'd be like, yeah, I mean, sure. But like, again, it was a public. No, it's a private fucking message sent to your friend in private, not a fucking public
and
statement
he
like your
links
friend
it.
Augie likes making to character attack someone. Like, and you don't have a problem when Augie does it. You don't say a damn thing. You're nowhere to be found for some reason, right? Conveniently. But as soon as you see the Tech thing, it's time to go in on Tech, man. You know, Augie does this shit all the time. He's my friend. You know, I won't call him out, right? Even though I pretend like I hold everyone accountable. But Tech, man, that Tech guy, I hate him so much. Time to go at him. Like, fuck off, Willie. This is so stupid.
I know it's beyond stupid. Augie fucking puts out the private message, right, to the public for everyone to fucking see. Where Tech, look, he's obviously not calling him pedophile. He's clearly taking a dig at Augie in private. Like, what the fuck, dude? Like,
he has to make it public for defense, right? Because he needs people to defend him.
He needs to turn around and say, look how he's treating me in
look how
fucking
mean he's
private
being to me. Yeah, look how mean
after all the shit that fucking came out of this. Like, you think I fucking care? You think anyone should really care that Augie in private was told that he was sounding like a pedophile? He was told that in private. You think people should fucking care, make a big deal about that?
No.
Holy shit. When Augie openly calls people pedophiles all the fucking time. All the fucking time. Thing is, he just targets people that, like, the community genuinely likes to shit on, so it's okay. Like, honestly, fuck off, man. Like, thing is, Augie openly does this to other people. You can't turn around, look at
It's not
technicals,
even
and go
as a-
like,
it's not even as a meme either. He like sometimes maliciously just does it.
well, and
Because-
like, no, what's worse is like Willie's like here trying to say, what's he gonna? I believe, if I heard it correctly earlier, that you know, it's basically the same thing. It sounds the same to him, and I'm like, how, man? Like, how?
Well, it's again like it's a non-issue, and the problem is it's a DM. Like you're comparing what someone says publicly, like all the time, to a DM that was sent in private.
DM, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it's stupid. It's like, why would I don't know? I expect a better Willie too, but who cares? What does it even matter?
Yeah, I guess you're right.
And calling him that's kind of the same thing.
No, it's not the same thing.
Fuck
What
you.
makes it different? What makes it?
I'm not
pedophilic?
saying he is a pedophile. I said he was starting to sound like a pedophile.
Do you think Cammy's a pedo because he was 18 with a 15-year-old?
He said no. If you
Next question.
Oh, I didn't hear him. No.
Yeah, no.
Then why did you call Augie that? Why did you
I
make
didn't call
18-15
Augie
such
a
a big deal?
Why is he running defense for him so much?
Because I don't think
It
it's
just
I don't think
baffles
it's
me.
I don't think it's about that. I think it's just he's going after technicals for what he perceives as hypocrisy, and I don't think it's necessarily about I need to come into Augie's defense. I think he just genuinely does not like technicals and thinks he's dishonest. I mean, unless you disagree, do you feel differently?
No, I don't.
I think that's the simplest explanation for this shit.
Show me where I said, Augie, you are a pedophile.
Yeah, it's a pretty big allegation there. Send it over to me in the DMs, or you can post it in the server and I'll pull it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a
Because
hefty
what it
allegation.
seems like to
right
me
there.
is you're just making up shit in your head and then you're tweeting about it.
Okay.
You just send over in DMs.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really know how to send a DM in the server, so I'm just gonna post on one of the chats if
Just
I
post
can.
it in images. I think it'll work in images. Let me just give you link permissions.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, in a bit. Yeah. Okay. Let me open this up here.
Mhm.
Okay. Let me actually go live on Discord so y'all can see this. Share my screen. All right, I have it there. Y'all can join that. Okay, so this screenshot right here says, "Check your ego." It's from Tech here in a group chat with Nick, and I don't know who the blue text is, but it says, "Check your ego, dog. You
That's
look like an
Augie.
actual pedo." Oh, so that's Augie. Okay, you look like an actual pedo with all that weird shit you were saying. Meanwhile, you have to reach so far to tag me with shit I've cleared years ago. But yeah, I'm fucked. Nick says, "Lol," and then Augie's like, "Haha, you're a yeah."
Okay. All right. I remember this DM.
Yeah.
I remember this shit. Like, you. Fuck. I really like WillyMac. I'm trying to figure out what was going on in his fucking brain when he pulls this shit out and tries to go, this is the same as them calling your brother a pedophile. Like, what the fuck? Are you fucking serious, dude? Like, I have no clue. I have no clue what's going on in your fucking head. That is next fucking
funny.
level.
It's funny though.
I mean, yeah, but like,
I would have never thought this was Willie though. It's
what
like,
the
what the
fuck? Like, I know, right? Like, what the fuck? Holy shit!
Oh man. Yeah.
Classic Augie.
Okay.
Yeah, and for context, that's not in reference to 1815. That's in reference to the tweet that he liked about 1914.
Mm-hmm. What tweet did he like about 1914?
Where it said it wasn't pedophilic.
There you go.
He said it was
I
pedophilic.
don't know.
But then
Either
later he
he's
fucking. I don't want to go too deep
blatantly
into it because
dishonest, or
I mean,
I
like,
don't know.
the thing is, if he doesn't know,
He could. That's the thing. It's like I don't think he could have not known because it was such a big deal in that Keemstar debate.
Well, it was one of the first things. One of the first things Tech brought up.
I mean, actually, I could.
Round one.
I could believe that he genuinely doesn't know because I don't think like he's really paid attention to the situation. I think he's talking about something he genuinely doesn't understand because he hasn't really looked into it. No, like I think he's just. I think honestly, and look, man, if anyone wants to say I'm wrong or prove me wrong, I'm totally fine with it because I'm genuinely speculating based on his behavior and based on the things that he's said. Right, that he genuinely does not know what he's talking about on this subject. I think he feels very justified in his opinion, and based on his opinion, he thinks Technicals is a dishonest person. Well, if you're dealing with someone who you think is dishonest, you're going to just assume everything that they do is done with ill intent. You would never be charitable, and you would always assume ill motivations on everything that they do. So
would you say that's like tunnel vision?
I wouldn't say it's tunnel vision. I think I don't know if you want to say like a bias, towards or against someone, but like, it's kind of like, how do I say this, right? It's kind of like you have someone who's like your best friend, right? And so you'd automatically assume that person would always have your best interest in mind, right? Or for the most part, right? They're not going to be someone who stabs you in the back. But this is the other thing, right? You're assuming this person is like this awful person who is 100% going to stab you in the back. They lie all the time. That's how he sees Technicals, right? So, for WillyMac to look into something and to have that already in his head, I mean, it's not that hard to see where he's coming up with this shit. The problem is, like, you see people all the time where they're just, like, so involved. They're just so deep into a situation. That's where I think that you get tunnel vision. They can't see anything else.
Because I don't want to touch it again.
Yeah, no, that's fucked up if he said it wasn't. Because I've always had this shown as like you guys talking about 1815 because you went so hard on that.
That was in reference to that tweet. And also,
Tweety, wasn't I in this group chat? This is like the Keemstar one, right?
No, this was probably a remake because there was a lot of blocking going on.
Wait. So let me get this straight. So who leaked the screenshot? Was that Augie?
Augie.
Okay, Augie did. Okay. So Tech, you're saying that you weren't calling Augie a pedophile. You were saying that.
No, I wasn't going to call him a pedophile.
And
you said he sounds like one.
Yeah. But I wasn't gonna go on record and say Augie's a pedophile because I don't think he's a pedophile. But he leaked that and then tried to say, "Oh, look, he's calling me a pedophile. He's calling me a pedophile."
So what's your when you go ahead and you say it's all bad in terms of 19? Because you did say 1914 was pedophile, right?
No. I think pedophile is prepubescent children. So if it falls under the category of prepubescent, then yes,
can
it
you
would be
stop it?
pedophilia.
Can you stop it, Crow?
Yeah.
Fucking Willy doesn't even know his stance. He's deciding his stance for him right off the get-go. He didn't even know that Tech was like, these people, I'm convinced did they even watch the fucking Zero video?
I mean, look, I highly doubt that they.
Sure Tech said it's not, like, he didn't justify it. Like, they said, they decided that he justified it by saying, oh, you made this video. Clearly you justify his behavior. It's like, no, I said it wasn't right. But I'm saying I don't think, like, I don't want to put words in his mouth, but I'm assuming what his whole thing was like. He can change over time, right? The actions, right? They don't dictate, like, because his whole thing is like forgiveness, right? And I think that this was brought up before as well. It's like, do you believe that people can like not do degenerate, fucked up, like sexual things like that, like be reformed in a sense?
Yeah.
And like pretty much everybody was like, yeah, we believe in people being able to be reformed and changed. It's like, well, then why are you so against Zero? And then it goes back to Ice Cube, but then it's like that. It always comes back to Ice Cube or sexting or whatever you want to word it as.
Well, that's.
I mean, the problem is,
it always infuriates me with the Ice Cube thing because it's like, why are you basing your definitive stance on something that it hasn't been proven to exist? I get it. It's upsetting to hear, but.
Okay.
It's not proven to exist. You can't
Redsky. Here's how it goes, right? You bring up, okay, nothing's been proven about him, right? And then they go Ice Cube, and you go, there's no evidence for him. They go, he confessed, and you go, he confessed to multiple things that we know aren't true, and the Ice Cube story, which there's no proof of, and they go,
Zero's not a reliable narrator.
Well, no. And then what do they say?
Doesn't matter because the idea was still there.
Yeah. It doesn't matter what you say, even though there's no proof for it. They're not using logic behind it, right? They
it's
just
like
got it in.
A brick wall.
Yeah, no, exactly. You can point out how did they work themselves around the fact that he's made multiple confessions to other shit? John Swan puts out a video and says that when he is apologizing to someone who has only lied about him, well, that's not actually him apologizing. Like, what do you even say at that point? And these jackasses all ate it up because it was the one thing their tiny fucking brains couldn't get wrapped around. That's why they love John Swan's video, because even though it's some heinous fucking bullshittery, it's fucking heinous in how manipulative and dishonest it is, right? It's at least enough for them to finally clear up all their fucking doubts. It's pathetic. Zero integrity.
Pedophile cover up.
Yeah, goddamn. All right,
God.
okay. Let's hit play. We only got 5 minutes.
Sounds like some Mr. Girl shit.
It sounds like the actual definition of pedophile. But yeah, if you have another question, we can go on that.
God damn.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like that's dude. What is so they have to be like 12 or something?
In the DSM-5, it's generally under 13. Starting at 16.
I mean, that's not the generally accepted definition when people throw around pedophile, to be fair, right?
Okay, well,
that's
I disagree with broadening the definition. I don't think it's helpful. I think it's actually just used in witch hunts. And that's part of the reason why this entire thing blew up in John's face.
So why do you say it's all bad, then?
Can you clarify what you're quoting?
Okay,
I can't because he doesn't have it, because he's just making shit up in his head as well as he remembers it.
Yeah, no, I think this is what I mean. I think he just assumes that Technicals is a bad person who always lies, and he's convinced that he's right.
This is the dumbest shit ever, because again, this just goes back to my point. There's no need for this shit to happen other than just giving entertainment to a bunch of fucking people in the RC community, because it's like, because nothing got accomplished because nobody's prepared for shit. Willie has nothing. He has no receipts. He has no recollection of events. This is fucking stupid. He doesn't understand what he's saying. This is like, what's the point? Why did you have to do this? Why did you make the call out? What was the point, Willie? Was it really fucking worth it? What's the point? You got Doc $30 from Augie. Oh my god, that's great. GG. GG. Good job, I guess. He didn't even want to go there. He was practically fucking shamed into going there at that point, because Tech was like, fuck, all right, fine. I don't really want to have this discussion again, but I'll do it, I guess, if you really want to. And then Willie was like, we could do this in private, and we could have just solved this with a couple tweets. And it's like, no, a conversation like this can't be resolved in a couple tweets. Like, are you kidding me? That's no.
Yeah, no, I think that's a little stupid to say. I mean, with how fucking far this shit got, the idea that you're gonna go into like private fucking DMs and get it all sorted out, and you're all gonna be like bestest of best friends again. I mean.
They're already gonna never agree, because in fucking WillyMac's mind at this point, I'm pretty sure that it's like all but stated that he doesn't think Zero is redeemable at all, right? So it's like, what is it like? Why are you arguing this? Like, is the end game for Willie to just make Tech look uncredible, dishonest, and essentially by doing so affecting his brand? Because isn't that what you guys cry about all the time? Like, it's like Nick Diorio, fucking Augie especially, you can't discredit me because it affects my brand and nobody will take me serious. My business. Tommy.
I mean, my issue with them trying to state anything of that nature is they openly went after Technical's credibility. And when I say openly went after his credibility, I mean, Augie directly said that Technicals did not have the ability and should not be covering the stories that he was covering.
Yeah, he legitimately said, I don't think Tech should be or is fit to cover these kinds of things anymore. I'm like, who the fuck? Why do you get to decide that, kid? You're the one that says you forget
about serious fucking allegations because you're not terminally online, and you're fucking telling tech what not to cover. You're fucking retarded. You're a fucking retard. You're an idiot. Like, how do these people associate with you and not feel like the littlest bit of shame, like in their hearts? Really?
I mean, again, the
Because it's like you can go and say,
no, you said it really well.
It's because Augie is a very, very cute, wholesome person behind the scenes. Like Aiden told me, oh, he's not like this. He's not an egotistical fucking maniac, short motherfucker. Behind the scenes, he's a very, very nice man. And it's like, I mean, I guess better make up for it because he's a fucking piece of shit. Like in fucking internet land. Like, oh, I'm Augie. I know all that. No, you're a fucking retard, dude. You're legitimately, like, no hate. You're legitimately one of the stupidest people I've ever had the displeasure of knowing. And I actually thought you were cool at first, but then I realized, like, the months went by, I'm like, this guy doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. He's an idiot. He's legitimately a fucking idiot. And if you ever think that I'm looking down at you, I am looking down at you because you're a fucking idiot. That's it. No hate, no real hate. You're just an idiot, and it's kind of painful.
Yeah, no, I'm going to keep playing it, but it's this whole situation that anyone thinks it's a good idea to keep fucking bringing it up. Yeah, especially WillyMac, right? Like, what the fuck are you doing? I'm a little concerned. What the fuck is anyone doing with this shit? It makes no sense at this point.
It's you when you're talking about 1815, when you're talking about 0, you kind of generalize it all into saying it's all bad.
Where did I say just it's all bad? I don't know like what you're quoting. Yeah, I say it's wrong because there's both legal implications and it's morally it's not like some people are like, oh, okay, 1815, all right, because it's 3-year age gap, high school context. I would still disagree. I even told Cammy privately that you probably shouldn't because there's legal implications behind sexting and shit like this. And it's a moral gray area. Like some adults, they grew up in an era where it's like, oh yeah, 3 years apart. That ain't shit.
Yeah, I don't think 3 years is that big of a deal.
But kids are more infantilized nowadays, so that's why.
So why do you go dunking on John for all this shit if you kind of do agree with him, in terms that it's wrong or whatever?
Should I agree that John should be telling a 15-year-old to drop a doc and then fucking making his 15-year-old friend write it up and then having him take the blame for it?
Did he make him write it up? Because even the kid doesn't claim that. He just said he edited it, right?
God.
Yo. This man tried so hard for John. You would think that he wasn't condemning him for Pie Man.
Like
this is like okay. Really?
No. Like there's
he not understand what happened like at all.
There's no way he knows what went down. Like there's no way he knows anything about it. Like he has to be working off of the worst kind of secondhand information. And whoever told him that's what the situation was must like legitimately hate him and have wanted to discredit him.
The saddest part is that Mr. Girl did a fucking better job at like condemning John Swan. His points actually make fucking sense. It's like, John, you were clearly gonna push out this propaganda because you like, let's be real. John has a history of like trying to push out propaganda and shit. You were clearly pointing this out and you were gonna take credit for it, but then the winds started not going in your favor. All of a sudden you're getting shit for it because Destiny decided to review the shit and call it silly. Now you want out. Now you want to say you had no involvement in this document. But you know that if you were like, if things were going swimmingly, right, you would be like, oh yeah, mate, I had an involvement in this document, mate. I helped, mate. I was a large contributor to the document, mate. It's like now he's like, oh well, you know, I had no involvement. He comes back after you find out he does have involvement. Oh well, you know, I had a little bit of involvement, but not really involvement. You know, just a little bit, but not really like main involvement. You know, I talked to the woman. You know, I gave her some advice, but she had already made things up, mate. I was just saying that if you know she could have done this too, mate, and I was helping. Mate. I was posting the memes of Cammy being a pedo, mate. I don't actually think he is, but I was pushing the narrative, mate.
Another thing that I thought was really weird is like the fact that it was revealed John Swan had those memes pre-made. That's fucking weird, dude.
I mean,
like it just goes to show how like fucking psychopathic and calculated John Swan is.
I like this idea that John Swan was not being malicious there is just ridiculous to me, and anyone who defends his behavior. I think is either willfully dishonest or maliciously incompetent and stupid.
Like, if you want to make this comparison between John and Tech, I want to what legitimately, what propaganda has Tech pushed that would ruin someone's life? I'm curious. Because the Cammy thing is propaganda John pushed out that would ruin someone's life by Destiny's own word too. A lot of people's words. I don't think Tech's done that. I don't think Tech has a history of doing that. I see him doing the exact opposite, right? But the guy you are either intentionally or unintentionally running defense for right now, Willy, he tried to fuck over an 18-year-old because he didn't like him. So what the fuck are you doing? What are you doing, WillyMac? What the fuck is this? You're the guy that defended Pie Man? I would have never thought that by the way you're reacting right now.
I can't like disagree. I mean, it's, again, I'm trying to be like fair to WillyMac, but like honestly, I feel much the same way. What the fuck are you thinking? What is going on in your fucking head? It's like, dude, these are absurd fucking takes, right? This is not. It's a bit of a bad opinion, but I see where you're coming from. This is like you did no research. You just started opening your mouth and let whatever shit came out of it. And you gotta answer for it too. Like, what the fuck are you thinking? What is going on in your fucking brain? I am concerned. I am a little bit concerned. I'm somewhat joking, but what the fuck happened? Just tell me, what the fuck happened? You used to be cool, WillyMac. You used to be someone. What's going on, man? Oh god.
Crow used to bootlick you all the time. Now Crow can't do that.
I was trying so hard. You have no idea. I was like,
sellout Crow.
I was like, oh god, this is WillyMac. I gotta figure out some way to kiss his ass.
You got damage control for Willy.
I was like, I gotta do something for the guy, and I fucking can't, man. There's no explanation. There's nothing that there's nothing I can say or do that will make anything that he has decided to do here right. And I apologize for my support of
honestly, it's not even a right or wrong thing. It's just fucking silly. It's like,
yeah, no, I agree. It's fucking ridiculous. All right.
No, John edited it.
Yeah, he just said John edited it. Is that what I mean? You didn't tell the kid to write it up, did you?
He made the group chat with the 15-year-old and Emma, and then didn't end up helping, so they're the ones that wrote the Twitlonger. Or not the Twitlonger, the Google Doc.
Yeah, that guy's a fucking idiot.
Do you know that 100%?
That's what I was saying.
They're like the only ones in the group chat? Like John, Emma, and haha, yeah, Matt?
I would have to get a fact check on that.
Okay, well, yeah, I don't want to like speculate about that because that's
but I know
big,
them for sure.
I mean, it was pretty widespread though, because he was like John was even bragging about it in like a Discord with Aiden or whatever.
Yeah, he called Aiden to brag for like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
And he had pre-made memes. So like that's why I'm confused why you're getting on my ass for shitting on. Yeah, he had pre-made memes he posted 2 memes and then there was another. It looked like.
Yeah, I just think John's just obviously someone who also. I guess I don't know what you mean by saying like. Clarify one more time when you say it's bad or it's weird, because you use that in terms of that instead of the word pedophile or whatever.
18, 15 can be bad because not only is it not the age of consent in most places, but there's legal implications behind sexting, so you probably shouldn't do it, and you shouldn't tell people that it would be okay to do it, because then you're going to get wrapped up in some federal bullshit, which is why...
Right. I mean, they probably shouldn't, but the reality is that it does, right, all the time. It's not a big deal when 2 kids that are 3 years apart do it.
That's what I'm saying, which is why I probably wouldn't advise someone to go make a document or even make this public in the first place. Because
I don't know, dude. I just feel like in the past you have made it seem like that, like you literally turned it into a meme, high school context.
Yeah, because I thought it was weird, not because I thought you should cancel everyone that has a high school relationship.
It's weird. It's just not that big of a deal.
Yeah,
but it's weird because the age gap.
That's why I went on the street. I was getting the everyday person response to it, and they're like, "Yeah, it's weird." Some people said it was pedophilic. I don't agree with them. It was kind of funny to leave in though. It was a sketch. So
yeah, I get you.
Yeah.
Actually, I have a question for Tech. Actually, so
okay, there's only like a minute left of this shit. What the fuck?
They're about to get into the zero thing right now.
Okay. Sorry, like he's
It
been.
gets a little heated towards the end.
Okay. All right. So it's okay. It goes a little bit longer than 10 minutes. It's a little bit longer than 10 minutes.
Okay, well, it was an estimation.
Okay, all right.
Destiny, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure Destiny was like okay with the 18-15 relationship in this case. Like, do you agree with Destiny on that, or do you disagree?
What is the question?
Like I'm very sure he's okay with the high school. Like he doesn't care about the high school. He's okay with just whatever. You agree
No,
with that?
I just clarified why I disagree with it.
Okay, well, I'm just making sure.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if you're characterizing his position 100% accurately either. So
That's what I heard from his stream. At least that's what I got from it. But
did Destiny say this is 100% fine? Like nothing.
He didn't say 100%.
Pretty much.
But I mean,
Yeah,
that's
but
what I
pretty
got
much
off
he
of it.
did.
Yeah, that's why.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, he's also older, so he's probably in that same mentality of I was dating like a fucking 20-year-old when I was 15 or something like that. I don't know. That seems to be a common thing with like the older age group where they had these experiences and it's not as weird.
Mm-hmm.
The chat is saying Destiny said it's a little weird. I mean,
I think
I don't think anyone's
said it's a
disagreeing.
little weird. Like
I don't think
how it
anyone's
went down, 'cause
disagreeing.
Aiden jumped in.
You know,
the sex scene is weird.
I gotta point something out. That's really funny.
I will say
the
this.
moderator of this debate
Yeah.
has to ask one of the guests what the fuck Destiny said, because I mean you would expect the moderator to know that, right? Given that he's a fucking moderator, but the moderator has to ask a guest to get a like. You see how silly this is? It's like Jesus Christ, you guys are unprepared for everything, aren't you?
Yeah.
I mean, this is
That's
all
why
a
it's not
game.
even a debate.
This isn't a debate. You know, this isn't some weird intellectual debate like you want to frame it. This is just a shit show for the entertainment of a bunch of retards in Augie's community. That's all it is. Fuck this shit. Oh, try to settle differences, guys. No, you're not. Come on. No, don't pull that. You know what you're
Get back. It's not that weird.
Well, I think he went on record to say the sexting is not that weird because all sexting is kind of weird, and that's what I just saw Tips tweeting about that, how he sexts his wife.
Oh my god.
Great.
Yeah.
So Willie, do you still hold the position that tech is inconsistent?
Guys, I love that Tipster got involved and wanted to let everybody know that he sexed his wife. Well, the thing is, I wouldn't have known unless he told us.
Thank God we know. You know, he sexts his wife now. You know, we really needed to know that, Tipster. Thank you.
I think we all needed to know that.
Yeah, our life is complete now. Oh Jesus.
I mean, don't you feel like your life is completed now?
Oh yes, definitely. Now I needed to know that Tipster can sext his wife on a consistent basis.
Hell yeah,
my
dude.
life to have
I was worried that their lives weren't like. I was worried that there wasn't any sex going on in that marriage. So the fact that they are you know, sexting is it's good.
Jesus Christ, bro.
I'm trying to be as wholesome and as PG-13 as I can here. While also congratulating Tipster on still having a functional,
healthy sex life. Yes.
Yes. Yeah. I'm sure we're all glad to know that.
Hell yeah, dude.
That's a big hell yeah from me too, dude.
Are you
high?
I think if it wasn't John.
No, I'm a little disgusted imagining fucking Tipster sex.
Well, I am too. So can we move on? Holy shit.
I think Tech would have taken a different stance, but I mean, obviously, that's just my opinion on that.
No, I disagree with how he handled it because he's supposed to be like an investigator, and he totally fucked it. He didn't even bring up at no point did he bring up adults, parents, police, nothing. Here are your two options: anonymous document or 2 documents. Those are the 2 options.
I just can't believe a year. I think it's literally 1 year after he did this with Pie Man, he goes and does it again, dude.
Yeah, because it's pattern behavior.
And like, I didn't know Haha was 15.
I mean, of course he keeps getting involved with kids. I don't mean in a sexual way, but he keeps getting involved in like stories with minors.
Well, that being said, bro, it is a little
in
weird
some way.
Seeing how John Swan's always hanging out with these minors in Discords.
Yeah. But he likes getting involved in their drama, and it is.
It's really weird for someone who's my age. That's really weird.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot bizarre. Sorry, it's a lot bizarre.
But the implication behind saying he had very little to no involvement of in its creation when he advised for there to be a document and then set up the group.
How old is John?
John is 20.
John also like 19 or whatever?
John is 20.
He said he was 20 on
20.
Destiny stream. Yeah, but it kind of leaves his friends to deal with the fallout. It leaves his friends and the girl because now people have shifted. So I thought that was pretty shitty.
Yeah, what has the girl said about all this?
I don't
She's been kind of thrown in the dirt. I see like, haha, yeah, talking about it, Cammy.
I mean, she was the owner of Chadville, so.
What was even the girl's name? I've read like two docs, and I don't even remember.
Liz.
Yeah.
Timmy
Okay,
was doing
well,
merch.
I don't know.
Do you want to talk about any of the zero shit or not really?
I'm starting to think Timmy's just not that important at all.
Yeah, I guess not even
He
for
isn't.
this. GG.
Yeah, sorry, Chadville's not important.
Rev. Chadville's weird, dog. I hear some weird shit about it.
Mm-hmm.
Not wholesome.
Well,
Anything but.
Well, guys, unfortunately, Chadville is it's going to be a place that exists forever.
Chadville, more like Groomerville.
Hey, there's no documented evidence.
Did Taps come from Chadville, Gretzky? Do you know?
Maybe. I don't really know the lore behind.
Oh
the
my
UFC
goodness,
mods.
gentlemen, hold on. Oh my goodness, there's only 3 minutes left.
Okay.
Really?
There's only 3 minutes left in the day.
Okay. Cool.
And
I guess.
And you know what day it is?
It's 420.
Yeah. You guys entertain the chat for like 2 seconds.
Yo, what are you doing, Redsky?
chilling.
Is John even in here? I saw John show up and then he just went.
I don't know. He showed up and then he left.
Is he
I
here right
think.
now?
I don't know. He's like.
He's in the chat. He's in the chat.
No, John's in here.
He's just muted. Okay.
He might be AFK. I don't know. I'm hanging out, I guess.
Ivan.
I guess. Oh, John, you're here.
John?
Can you boys hear me?
Yeah,
Yes.
we can hear you. Why
Hello.
did WillyMac fuck up, John?
I mean, he didn't have the facts, or I mean, look, the way he's trying to present everything. Like I said, I don't think he, the whole situation. I mean, I don't know if he fully understands the situation or has really done a lot of research into it. It doesn't sound like he has. I mean, I think he's trying to do what friends do and try to be on the side of his friends, and he obviously had a disagreement about how all this stuff went down from beforehand. But I think he's just trying to maintain the view that those guys originally maintained before. But now it seems like some of them aren't even trying to maintain those same views anymore, right?
Mm-mm.
So it's just weird. I don't know. I don't know why he is so stuck on the zero thing. I think that the technical is pretty much explained outright why it is. Well, I know Crow's gonna play the video for it.
I just think zero's a better at this point.
I mean, like, the problem is there are
yeah.
some people who are going to really believe the narrative that was out there. That's what you're saying.
If he's of that belief, if he's one of those firm believers of
The true
that,
believer.
what I can understand the idea of where there's smoke, there's fire. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, but sometimes there's not. Sometimes it's just mirrors. You know what I mean? So you have to, especially if you're going to be covering any type of situations when it comes to situations that can have real world implications on people's lives, you got to really know. Yeah, I mean, that's why I'm not ever comfortable saying anything definitively, you know what I mean, unless there's some kind of documented proof of that, right? Like I said, I've said before, and I use Joseph Rosenbaum as an example because there was a documented history there. There's something that you could point to and say, okay, fact, this dude was a pedophile because he went to jail for it. He was convicted of it.
Pedo confirmed.
Boys. He raped boys between the ages of 9 and 11. He did time for it. You know what I'm saying? That guy was a pedophile. You could say that definitively because there's documented proof of it. You know what I mean? He did it.
Yeah.
There's no ifs, ands, or buts. He went to jail for it. So in a situation like that, it's cut and dry. But like when it comes to these, especially with these online situations where, again, you're hearing two sides of people's stories, and then you have gaps in these stories. You know what I mean? You can't. I see where it looks bad.
Have a good night,
You know
Dev.
what I mean? I see where it could all look bad, especially when you chop it up and then you put whatever spin on it that you want to make it seem that way. But like I said, you looked over those the DMs too, the Ass Man DMs, Redsky, remember?
Yes.
To me, that's a little bit more credible than this situation, right? Because those girls
Oh,
saved a bunch
100%.
of shit. They saved a bunch of stuff. You know what I mean? And the
Yeah.
thing is, in fairness to them, you know what I'm saying? They at least acknowledged the fact, even after going to the police, because I think they did go to the police before even making it public, right?
Well,
Didn't
they
go-
made it public after they went to the police, and it took like I want to say it was a year, but it was definitely quite a few months after they went to the police. They took it public.
Yeah, see, so at least they tried to do things they tried to do things the right way you should do them. You know what I mean? Probably could have waited a little bit longer, but I get it. You know what I'm saying? At least their first instinct wasn't, oh, let's just run to the internet and let's just blast it all out there. Or maybe they did initially. I don't know. But here's the thing. You see with them, they're showing messages with way more context. Would they have like 20 or 30 screenshots, one right after the other, like with the timestamps of as this conversation was taking place? And even then they acknowledge, okay, you know what, by us doing this, we know that we probably just fucked it all up. You know what I mean? So, but it's like, what other recourse is there? You know what I mean? Because this guy's in the wind. So if he pops up again, at least now people know, I guess. But that's a situation where you see a lot more evidence over something. But even then, I mean, look, there could be another side of it. I'm sure that if this guy came out, though, I'm not sure how he would really explain a lot of that away, though. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
There's holes in this story with Kate, right? We have a person that is completely anonymous. It's not to say that her story is not necessarily true, but there's a lot of inconsistency with that story. And also the person that helped her, the person that she decided to make this document with, right, or come out with their statement about, is a person that in their own document, right, that they wrote up with their accusations from the Sky House as well as against Zero, she prefaced her document by saying that she had confirmed all this with the people that she had talked to, right, with parties involved. And then when you find out the stuff with Zero's wife, Vanessa, that it's absolutely not true at all, it's just like, wait, hey, what happened? So you said you talked to people, so why didn't you talk to Vanessa? You know what I mean? And she had to take that out of her document. So you already have a person that's helping you work on you coming out with a story that already has some credibility issues, at least, has, questionable, at the very least, at that point in time, right, integrity, right? But that's going to be your mouthpiece to get this word out on stuff. And then when you look, like I said, and I don't think anybody's really done this except for us, you know what I mean? And maybe franchise. You look at the DMs between Katie and Jisoo, and then go further than that into the text messages, the phone text messages between them. There's a lot of inconsistency there that people should be questioning.
Well,
in regards to motivation.
One of my main issues with those messages is it's not Zero who brings up getting into a video call. It's Katie that does, and Zero turns it down. But the implication is that Zero was like horny as fuck, like to like, remember the one message, to the point where he needs to like sext with her at least like once a day to control himself. But like the first opportunity he has to get into like fucking voice chat with this girl, he turns it down. Like, be realistic. Like, who is Zero? Okay, most of these people don't know who Zero is, and by that I mean like they've never actually watched him. They have no clue what his personality is, and they're just assuming the worst type of motivations and behavior. And I'm just saying, like, it's got to like line up with who the guy actually is. He's not some evil mastermind. He can barely function. he can barely function. Like he's a fucking loser, and I'm not saying that to be mean. I'm not saying it to be mean, but like he's a fucking loser. His biggest accomplishment is playing a fucking video game.
Holy shit, Crow! You're just like popping off.
Sorry, what? Wait! Did I say anything offensive?
If you were saying this at the top of your lungs, just screaming, "This guy is a loser!" His biggest accomplishment
and just on the flip side, look, on the flip side of that, it is entirely possible. It is entirely possible that some of the things that the people that have accused them, there could be truth to them. It's possible. You know what I mean? We can't dismiss the possibility. But the problem is you don't have the nail in the coffin. You know what I mean? You don't have the silver bullet. You don't have the one thing that definitively proves any of that. You know what I mean? You just have, at best, you just speculate. Like I said, without the full context of messages, it's easy to say, oh, look, he means something sexual here. Yeah, it looks suggestive, but is it really sexual? What preceded that particular sentence, that particular, those messages there? What preceded them and what came after them? You know what I mean? I'd really like to know. You could say it's inappropriate, sure. I'll give it that. But again, is it straight up like, the definition of sexing? Absolutely not.
Yeah.
Because none of those messages are overtly sexual. You could say they're suggestive, that they might be hinting towards stuff. Sure, sure. I could see anybody interpreting them like that.
No,
You know what I mean?
you know what the biggest question is? You got to know what would Mr. Girl say about this?
Oh, fuck that shit.
Thanks.
I'm so like,
but
we've fallen so far from grace to know that Mr. Girl is like commentary's go-to for problems.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
But
Mr.
again,
Girl
it's,
says he's the voice of reason.
There's just way more to it. That's it. Than just if people are gonna do this whole thing of trying to have a nuanced situation, if they're gonna give nuance to, and they should, right? If you're gonna give a nuance to a situation like Zaptai, then I mean, you got to look at every situation like that. You know what I mean? You got to, because there could be a as crazy as it sounds. Like I said, there is some cases that are cut and dry, but there could be a good explanation for something that doesn't seem right. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
if you're willing to look and see.
And like the thing is, I think a lot of people at this point, they really jumped the gun on this shit, and I think that like a lot of people, they just don't want to admit that. They just don't want to like admit that they didn't actually look into the case. They didn't look into the subject, and I will say, yeah, pride's probably a factor in that. It's literally no excuse.
I think that, look, to address something that Technical said about the older generation, how they look at stuff, there probably there could be some truth to that, but there's also, you got to look at where we're at now, right? With kids, we're in the information age where everybody and anybody has a cell phone. You know what I mean? And this, it's pretty fair to say that now, these generations coming now are far more educated than previous ones because they have much easier access to information. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're more tech savvy. They're more, they're more computer literate, things like that, even if it's on a very base level. So you have these generations coming up, they have all this access to this information, but they don't necessarily have the capacity to comprehend it, you know what I mean, in a mature manner. So you see them say, like, I saw Tech was sharing somebody's tweet that said, somebody was saying that, oh, if somebody's 17 and going out with the 15-year-old, they're a pedophile. It's like, no, they're not. You know what I mean? But you see, this is the problem. They think that they understand the information that they're consuming. You know what I mean?
Well, okay. So I think it's a little bit worse than that. I think it's a little bit worse than that.
You get what I'm saying, though, right? You get what I'm saying? It's just like, and that's the issue you have. You have these people that, they get reactionary. Then you have others that stoke those flames. You have these commentary channels that are stoking those flames, saying like, yeah, it's bad. It's what you think it is. And it's just like, is it really though? Because, that's not the way normal people think, that know how to read and actually comprehend information. You know what I mean? That actually fully understand. So to me, it's just I think that's part of what the issue is too with a lot of younger people and how they approach these situations.
Yeah, I would say that's fair. It is. Why are you snickering?
Because I'm thinking, well, commentary, kids with short attention spans, and all this shit getting mixed in. What could possibly go wrong?
Well, I mean,
look at all those Discord servers that get leaked.
And all these fucked up. What is it? Google Drive? Google Drive?
Oh,
or Google
Google
Docs?
Drive.
Google Drive.
I can't stand the amount of fucking Google Docs that come out, and anytime, and anytime you question it, these motherfuckers always come out with, well, they won't believe us unless we go out and we drop this fucking 35-page Google Doc.
Which suck, to be honest. They're just not good.
Oh my god, it's the weirdest shit, and the problem is, look what happened with the Cammy situation. That girl doesn't even believe in her fucking claim. She's just doing it because her friends told her you got. Sorry, I'm talking about the Cammy situation.
Oh, you mean the
He's
girl
referring to Liz.
Yeah, I'm referring to the girl in the Cammy situation.
Well, it's like I told you the other day, and I think kind of the same, the spirit of what I said before kind of applies a little bit too, right? When you have people, it's like the whole shit with the college campuses. Remember when that shit started maybe about 5 to 10 years ago, where you started hearing people on college campuses, have more rape accusations against people for basically having sex that they regretted with somebody. And it's just like,
yeah, no, that's
you know what I mean?
It's a very common issue, unfortunately.
You see what I'm saying? It's just like, oh, well, wait, were you drinking? Yeah. Were you blackout drunk? Well, no. Do you remember what happened? Yeah, mostly. But I was in the influence. Well, then that person raped you. And it's just like, no, you just made a bad decision. You know what I mean?
Oh, Jesus, it's so true, though. It's so true.
And that's you have these dumbass kids. It's just like, this girl obviously didn't feel like anything wrong was done to her. And you have these people, oh my God, he took advantage of you. You know what I mean?
They basically get gaslit into having false.
Look at the RSN situation. Look at what happened with RSN. That girl is on the phone with her mom, and the mom is telling her to call the cops and say that she was raped, and she's literally yelling at her mom, "No, I wasn't. Right? I can't say that because I wasn't." And it gets better because then you have all the people that believe her when she comes out and says that. They turn around and go, "Oh, she's just being peer pressured to say that she wasn't." I'm like, wait, hold on. There's a fucking video recording. What the fuck is wrong with you people?
Well, in all fairness, too, there were some streams
the girl in the RSN situation
tried addressing the situation, and he had her there with him, and it didn't look good in his favor.
Oh no, it definitely didn't.
Yeah.
Isn't Arsene the guy Augie calls a rapist?
Yes.
Oh, that's funny. Just because it's coming from Augie, and it's that's kind of an allegation there, and it's well, since we're all moral fagging about allegations and shit, and how it's super serious that Technicals does it, I don't know.
Yeah, I guess it's just Augie. I just don't take them seriously when they bring up any of that shit.
I guess we gotta hold Augie to a different standard where he gets away with just about everything, right? Because he'll learn. He's only 20. He's only a grown man. He'll learn. Shut the fuck up. Oh my God, I can't take this defense for Augie. He'll learn. He's a grown man that's gonna learn. Oh my God, dude.
The thing is, I'm not sitting there going oh gosh, Augie needs to lose his YouTube channel.
But Technicals guy, I can't.
I'm not even gonna say same energy. I'm just gonna say when someone fucks up, you have to hold them accountable. And Augie fucks up a lot. The thing is, I wouldn't really necessarily care that he calls people pedophiles and shit if he wasn't constantly turning around and throwing it in other people's faces. Whatever.
Kind of same.
Yeah, look, be who you are. Who you are. I'm not gonna be the guy who sits there and polices someone for being edgy. It's certainly not something that I want to do. I think it's I know that for some people they'll find that entertaining, but if you're going to do it, you can't turn around and criticize other people for doing it too, right? I think that's fair.
I mean, you could, but then you'll just look like a bitch.
Well, I mean, you can do anything you want, really.
Welcome to commentary.
Hell yeah.
All right.
You know, in some cases, though, if you're inconsistent, but you have enough idiots telling you you're right, like Augie's fan base, it doesn't even matter.
I mean, there's that too.
Hell yeah, that's power, dog. That's power.
Well, the whole reason I blocked you in the first place was because our private talk about that just kept going in a fucking loop, and it was pissing me off.
I know, because you just kept shifting to fucking Zaptime instead of talking about Zero.
Yeah, sure.
Everybody's best friend.
But I can't.
That's literally it. You literally did that in tweets too.
I can't talk about this with you because I'm gonna end up talking about shit with Zaptime, and I don't want him.
That's why I offered to ask in private, but you just said fucking no. Let's do it live.
Because you were shit talking me. You were shit talking me with fucking Harley of all people. First off, and saying I was.
what did I even say?
You said I was a literal clown. I don't care about being right. I only care about winning. That's cool. That's your opinion. But you added me and asked for an explanation, so you started the shit. And then when I offered to
talk to you in private about this for like 3 months, and you've ignored me.
We did talk in private, and
one
you were
time,
and you couldn't admit anything.
And you
that you
fucking
got
lied about it in our talk.
No. You fucking made up some shit that happened in a call that didn't
You're
exist
ridiculous.
at all, and then you were like, "You said this," and I was like, "No, I did not say that."
Dude, you've been horribly.
This is what you've been doing on
You've not
Twitter.
been
You're making up a
transparent.
version of me to fucking disagree with.
You've not been transparent at all since you made your video on Zero, and it's why this shit's blown back on you. It's why you're fucking mean.
Yeah, I'm a meme. If you want to talk about this again after the legal case is settled, which is going in my favor, by the way, we can talk about it again.
Dude,
Wait,
that's.
can you
What
pause
I also
it?
thought funny, bro, is how you guys.
He's such a meme that his friends had to make a truce with him to stop all the fucking carnage that he was doing. He's such a meme, guys. He's such a meme.
Yeah, I don't think
your
that...
friends got backed into a fucking corner. Because here's the thing. They didn't need to sign the truce. They all cooperated with Technicals, the meme here. Because he's such a meme that he made your friends go ahead and cooperate with him. Yeah, such a meme, Willie. Such a meme, right? Such a
I don't
meme.
know. It just comes off as deflection.
Yeah, it really does.
Like, this is so sad. I like Willie. I don't know if I guess
I have no
still
problem with him. I genuinely like him.
Yeah, but
it's
like,
just that I don't get
watching
what
this is just like, oh, what the fuck is going on?
It's just
man?
this is like,
you know, like, what is going on right now? This is not the Willie that I know and love, so to speak. You know?
Yeah,
I just want to point out something you heard what Technical said there, right?
Yeah. What?
That's part of the reason why he won't talk about it. And I don't think that that's something that people, and that's the first time he's said it publicly. You know what I mean? But it's something that people that are trying to, anybody that tries to say, oh, you're avoiding the Zero thing or this, that, or the other, he just said it right there, publicly. Why he's not going to talk about it publicly.
Yeah, legal case, at least until the lawsuit's over, right?
Until things are settled. He just said it.
Look,
right
I think he's very confident that lawsuit is going to be in his favor too. So he's pretty much saying after the lawsuit's over,
Jisoo's anti-slap motion was not granted. That was probably her best shot at trying to get it. You know, and try to get it to try to get dismissed. Now, it's not to say she can't want to win in court, but as a first step, the fact that she didn't get her anti-slap motion granted, things are going to proceed forward. There's going to be discovery. There's going to be depositions. Things are going to move forward. Now, will it make it to trial? I don't know. That all depends on if they, judge could order mediation. They could just end up coming together and saying, hey, how do we sell this? Because I don't think that Jisoo's going to outspend Zero in court, especially not with only raising $12,000 on GoFundMe.
Yeah.
But and it's not to say if it goes to court, she could win. It is possible she could win in court. But the chances of that will go down drastically, I think, especially considering the fact that she herself, even after the cause of action that she's now going to court for now, right, in the amended filing, which is going to be the whole defamatory thing she said about, he had Zero had he was having these illicit conversations with a 14-year-old and stuff like that, right? And now you also got to remember that the day that she found out that she was getting sued, right? She posted a defamatory tweet that day. And that's absolutely going to be used against her in that deposition. It's going to come up.
She's not very intelligent.
Yeah.
So, like,
and she went, and remember, she went around, she made the rounds, went on streams and stuff, talking about the situation. That's all going to be brought up. You know what I mean? It's all going to be brought up. Any of these little interviews that she did on live streams, any time that she did a live stream where she publicly spoke about it, that's all going to come up. It's all going to come up during deposition. They're going to play those videos and be like, oh, hey, yeah, this was on such and such date. So this was you, right? You said this. Good luck.
Yes, Your Honor.
You know what I mean?
You shamed everyone who donated to Jisoo publicly so people would stop donating to her. Dude, don't you want people to donate to her so that goes the distance?
No.
So it doesn't just settle out of court.
Why would I want?
This is a terrible point.
He settles because she runs out of money. Which
He implies that tech is the reason that the momentum for Nairo was killed.
Here's the thing. Here's I think he says that
we haven't gotten to that.
Look, but pause it for a sec. So right there, right? That has nothing to do with anything. Because here's the thing: if Jisoo has a strong case, right? And here's the truth coming out is not contingent on whether or not Jisoo has the money to continue or if she decides to mediate. Okay, because for all we know, Zero's team might already know who these people are. They might have already found out. Lawyers are good. You know what I mean? They get investigators on stuff. They can find out. They put out subpoenas. They can get what they want to get information-wise. So they might already know. So the truth is not really contingent on whether or not it goes to trial and Jisoo can make it to trial or anything like that. It could come out all in discovery. You know what I mean? And they could put it out there publicly, all in discovery. The truth could come out before it even goes to a deposition, if depending on what the both parties choose, right, to put out there.
It seems to me that people are just they're so sure that they know what's going to happen right now, and I get Technicals as being that way too, but the big difference is Technicals has been in communication with Zero, and so far the way that lawsuit has been proceeding, it has been going in Zero's favor, which should tell you something. Now, if you want to keep hanging your hats on a dubious confession and you want to ignore what is clearly right there in front of you, by either just blatantly being stupid about it or making up this narrative that when someone says that they are accepting all responsibility and or issuing apologies to people that are lying about them, that somehow that's not actually an apology. Like, unless it's fucking blatant sarcasm, shut the fuck up. Goddamn. All right, let me keep playing it because I think we're at the part where it just goes to shit.
Where it's just NDAs come in, and we don't actually know what fucking happened with Katie. Maybe we could actually get something out of it if people donate.
So you think if I didn't say anything, she'd get enough money for this? I
think what you said probably stopped a lot of the Smash scene from giving a shit.
Did it?
I don't know.
So I should have been, hey guys, go give money to Jisoo.
No, I mean, just say nothing.
That's where he lost it.
I mean, what the fuck, dude?
I don't know.
Yeah, no. This is I wouldn't say this in John's on shit, but this is fucking just what the fuck.
Here's the thing. Why would you say that, right? Why would you say? And this is the thing, if you're gonna say something like that, right? I think that you know what you did basically, and I know I'm paraphrasing here. What you did killed the momentum on the Nairo thing. Okay, well, then substantiate that. Why, or at least give me your opinion as to why you believe that. And then he just says, I don't know. And it's just like, okay, so what is that based on? You know what I mean? Why even bring that up?
Honestly, I think he just wanted to take a shot at
See, but it just You don't what you get what I'm saying though, right? You
Yeah,
say
I
that
do.
you say that, and you're just like, then he's like, okay, technicals asks him, okay, basically like how, and he's just like, oh, I don't know. And it's just like, oh man, it's not good, bro. There was no reason for you to bring that up then. You know what I mean? Or at least, give your opinion as to why you believe that. You know what I mean? If you think it took away from the momentum of the Nairo, explain why you think that is, even if it's just your opinion. Yeah, otherwise it's like, okay. You know what I mean?
I agree. This is some really stupid shit. Just some objectively really stupid shit.
You literally tried to stop that though.
Say nothing.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I don't see what the fuck your point is.
I'd rather see something come out of that case instead of it just being Nairo where it settles and we'll never know.
I think if you were in a case against someone you were arguing with and they started a GoFundMe to help in a legal fight against you, you would definitely say something about it. So I think this advice is just fucking retarded.
Dude, but Zero doesn't even deny that fucking picture being sent to him or asking
we're
for
not
that
going to keep
picture.
going in circles, dude. If you want to talk
it's
about
not even me going in circles. This is a new thing. You're defending somebody from something they don't even deny, bro.
If you want to
That's
continue
crazy.
talking about the shit that you're talking about on Twitter, we can do that. But I'm not going to go in circles with you again. This is the entire reason I blocked you.
Dude, we never even went in circles. You just shifted to Zappai every time. You won't even engage. You're doing the same shit. You don't engage with it.
I'm not engaging with you because you're dishonest. We've already done this.
This is ridiculous, dude.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah. You know,
it is ridiculous, but
see, here's the thing. Normally, I like when someone like just starts calling someone dishonest, I go like, oh, well, you start it. But technically, WillyMac is the one that started that shit because he started off with calling technicals dishonest when I asked him on this channel. So I'm not shocked. I'm not blown away by what I'm seeing right now. I'm just surprised by the fucking behavior of WillyMac because no joke. I really do expect a lot more of him, and but the way that he's going after technicals here, it genuinely to me, it seems like it's very personal, right? Does that make sense? Do you guys feel the same way?
Yeah.
I mean, maybe. Obviously, I don't know. I don't know how deep that goes between them. But my thing is, if there's things that you're gonna try to argue,
I don't mean like a personal grudge.
I think you need to be
like
able to rationalize. I think you need to be able to rationalize whatever point it is you're trying to make a little bit better than just I don't know. You know what I mean? That's not that's it. Just and if you don't fully if you don't know all the details, which it doesn't seem like he does. You know what I mean? I think he's just like you said earlier. I think he's just going on secondhand information, and he's just giving the information that he's heard from his friends. He's just giving them the benefit of the doubt that they're right about stuff, and he might be just reiterating stuff that he's been told. But it's like, if you're gonna get into these conversations, you at least have some kind of a baseline, understanding of what the situation is and what's going on. You know what I mean? Look over the DMs, go over something, go over some of the information, pick apart the video, take notes, do something. I don't know. Hell, even try to get a hold of some of the legal docs or any articles regarding it, something, just to have something to come back with,
Yeah, I hear what you're saying. It's just like I can't.
I like Willie too, but I thought that to me this seemed like a big waste of time. It just seemed like a big waste of time. It was just a complete waste of time. It wasn't. Well, I don't really see it as a debate. I just see it as a huge waste of time. And if anybody tries to say, and look, I'm just being honest. If anybody's, Willie didn't really do anything. It just to me, he didn't bring anything to the table.
Yeah,
anything of substance. You know what I mean? Outside of saying hey, but you keep deflecting and all this stuff, and he technicals explained why earlier. He's like, hey, talk about this after the court case is done. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
I mean, and the thing is, Willie doesn't accept that as a legitimate response. But I'm like, dude, there's literally a lawsuit going on right now.
Does he know how the legal system works?
I mean, I don't think it's about that. Just to be clear, I think it's more like he expects when he asks someone honestly that they should just be able to, tell him honestly, right? I think it's something more like that. It's something more basic like that.
I think, yeah, and I agree with you on that too. I think that's what it is. I think he expects, just answer the questions. It's like, listen, when there's stuff going on, there might be a really good reason why somebody can't answer your question right now, or why they won't, why they can't or why they won't. So.
Yeah, at the end of the day,
it's not as easy as like, just tell me yes or no. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, sometimes,
it's not a yes
sometimes you
versus
do
no.
wish that it would be that easy, but like at the end of the day, you kind of have to just sit there and ask yourself, what are you expecting, right? Like legitimately, what are you expecting to happen here? Because you've already been told no. You've been told this multiple times. No, you're not going to get information about something that's happening in a lawsuit, right? It has to.
Here's the thing.
Like
if he wants to have like a better grasp, like I said, I mean, he's able, anybody's able to acquire the documents once they become public record. I've gone over them with Aura and Franchise. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And in Jisoo's declaration, which was 190 freaking pages, okay, she in her declaration, she basically, and I kid you not, she said this in her declaration. She basically said that the whole thing regarding Vanessa, she doesn't feel like, she basically more or less puts in her declaration that she's not really responsible for it. Like, well, I didn't make up that lie. I did not lie. I just repeated something that somebody else told me. And I'm just like, oh my God. I'm like, how did, you know what I mean? Like,
that's impressive.
Lawyers, like her lawyers, I don't know how her lawyers were like, yeah, this is good. Let's keep this in there. I'm just like, I guess they just want her money. You know what I mean?
I think they
not trying to win the case for her. I think they just want her money. They allowed her to put that in there.
Look, maybe.
I mean, you look at the
like,
Acer Thorn situation, and that lawyer is wanting to be on Acer Thorn's side.
Guys, here's the thing. They are entitled to a defense. They are the ones who are paying for these. They're the ones who are paying for these attorneys. And at the end of the day, if they tell an attorney, hey, this is what we're doing, I mean, the attorney can't, like, once they've agreed to represent their client, I don't think they can just tell them to fuck off. Unless their client is blatantly telling them to lie or something,
Of course, but we know, obviously, look, at least in our base layman's understanding of defamation, it doesn't matter if you're not the one that made up the lie. If you're perpetuating the lie, you're also going to be on the hook. You know what I mean?
Oh, no,
you're spreading
I
understand.
I'm just saying that.
So it's just like, but I'm saying that's what I mean, though. It's funny because that's in her declaration. She's just, and I'm just like, oh my God.
Yeah, no, I really want to figure out what's going on there because, like, yeah, I agree with you, but I don't know, man. Like, I don't know if it's necessarily the attorney because, like, if you're representing her and you just failed to slap, like, you're done. There's nothing. You're done.
Jisoo is the kind of person that would probably. She strikes me as the kind of person that would probably die on that hill, the hill of I'm going to, protect the victims. I'm going to be a voice for the voiceless, all that stuff. It definitely comes across in her declaration. So I wouldn't be surprised if she tries to pull the whole, I'm not going to out who any of these girls are. And it's just like, well, I mean, that's not how discovery works. You can't, it's not going to be a matter of you outright refusing because you want to die on this hill. This hill of all this fucking virtue signaling and shit, right? On this altar of virtue signaling, right?
Yeah.
It's not gonna matter what you want, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
so,
look, I think, yeah, she's gonna figure out really quick. That's not gonna play. But at the end of the day, she's gonna do what she's gonna do. I hope that things go well with the lawsuit. Obviously, you don't know what's going to happen. Surviving the slap, though, I think it's the best sign that he's going to win.
Well, it shows that there's merit behind, the defamation claims. You know what I mean? The fact that it wasn't just, You know what I mean? And here's the interesting thing too. The only reason that the previous claims did not go through is because they were past statute of limitations. So could you imagine?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, it's
just
yeah. It's interesting. I think that all of it is a good sign. But again, like I said, at the end of the day, I think that he's going to win only because there are things that she has said that are truly indefensible. So if it's going to an actual trial, I think that Zero has a very good chance of winning.
Let me direct you.
Yeah.
Let me direct you to something else, right? Because I heard what Willie said there, and he thinks that it's just going to be a thing where he seems to be under the impression that if things don't go Jisoo's way, that it's just going to be Zero essentially just suing, her and the victims and the quote unquote victims into silence. I don't think that that's, at least that's not what it strikes. In Zero's video, he makes it pretty clear that he's trying to clear his name. So what would him basically shutting them up do for him? I don't think that that's what he's going to go for. If he mediates with them, he's probably going to have them make public statements, and apologize and retract whatever it is that they said. You know what I mean? And yeah, that's it. And just kind of show that there's no merit, not just say, oh, hey, now just be quiet. You know what I mean? I think he's going to want them to make some kind of a statement in regards to their claims, like, oh, hey, look, you know what? What I said wasn't true. And again, people could view that however they view it. Maybe one could look at that and say, oh, he did sue them into silence. I don't know, because we don't know what the truth is. But again, I'm sure that discovery, that could be the other thing too. Because remember, it reminds me kind of the Vic case a couple years ago. Remember, it seemed like, the other side was just trying to get discovery stuff so that they could just basically blast it on the internet. You know what I mean?
I remember that.
You remember that, bro? Now, maybe Zero's team wants to do the same. I'm not saying it's it's the most it's not a bad tactic if you think about it. At least to try to win in the court of public opinion. It's a little underhanded, but what if that's what Zero's attorneys are trying to do, right? Is just to find out what the truth really is, through discovery, and put it out in full context. Be like, boom, this is all we wanted.
I mean, I would say it's more than possible that something like that could be afoot, but so far, I think Zero has acted. I hate saying the good faith, bad faith things. It's such a, like, if there's anything that's a fucking meme at this point, it's that.
I think what's going to happen. This is just me theorizing. I could be completely wrong, but if I had to guess, I would think that what Zero's probably trying to do is he's probably going to do, or similar, maybe not. Could be completely off base. I could be wrong, and he might not do this at all. But he might do the Pro Jared route, right? Wait a couple, once he has everything he needs, make a video about it, drop all the receipts, and be like, bam. See, I didn't do shit.
Yeah, I mean, look, we'll have to just see what happens with the lawsuit. And the thing is, a lot of that stuff's going to get released. So we'll know exactly how they're proceeding with it. We'll know if, it's going down the way that we think it will happen. But, we could be wrong, At the end of the day, it's going to play out in a court of law. And that's, realistically, that's all I would think that anyone should really ask for in situations like this.
Look, and in fairness, like to Willie or to anybody else, right, who just, again, it doesn't necessarily... What might end up happening might not prove innocence or guilt either way. We might not get any answers. We might get all of them. That's the thing. It's like we don't know.
Yeah.
It could be one of those things that nobody ever knows what truly happened.
Well, one thing I will say that will happen as a result of this lawsuit, whatever way it goes down, WillyMac will finally get his answer from technicals, or he can point out how dishonest Technicals is because the lawsuit is over and Technicals still hasn't answered his questions. So I'm just saying, in the future, he'll either have a W or just another continual L.
You are ridiculous.
Okay.
I mean, look, I don't. If it's not going to go anywhere, it's not. This guy, he doesn't engage
Yeah.
in shit in anything I've asked about when it
You
comes to
started
zero.
this. You started this entire thing. You said I was inconsistent and bullshitting with the John Swan stuff.
Yeah.
Come to find out, you're completely fucking wrong. You're just making shit up.
I don't
So
even
now
think
we
it's
have
that
nothing to
wrong,
talk
but I mean, look, if you're going to give your take,
What
I mean,
did I agree with John on?
I'll
What did
agree
I
with
agree
you
with
on
John
it.
on? Okay,
I
then.
literally
You're
just
saying
I
shit.
literally just pointed
You're
something
just
out.
saying shit to start something, and I'm supposed to engage with you honestly.
You didn't even have to, dude. In the zero shit,
You
you never
literally
engaged.
added me.
Don't
You
even act
literally
like you
added
have.
me to explain your stupid fucking
And
interpretation.
you could have done it in a fucking couple tweets, bro. Instead, you want, dude. You didn't even want to bring it on here.
Twitter. Good discourse happens on Twitter, right, Willie?
I mean, no, we could have done it whenever.
Exactly.
I don't
So
care. That's
you were
why I
just
came
trying to
on
start
here.
shit.
I literally came on here because you wanted to do it live.
You
acted like you
is
didn't
all
want to
your
do it live.
creation. This is all your creation. I didn't want to talk to you in general, but I was fine with it because you're the one shit talking and asking for an
Yeah.
explanation.
Okay.
You started it. Stop making it seem like it's my idea. It's not my idea.
What's your idea? I don't even know what we're talking about anymore.
Yeah, you don't know what the fuck we're talking about because you're just shitting out of your mouth. You're not saying anything.
I mean, yeah, chat is not.
Well, literally, all they do is they're there to type in like LW. It's the 2 letters they only know.
I'm just seeing how chat's reacting in the moment, and they don't seem to be on Willie's side. Like,
Yeah.
this all seems like it's just going very poorly for him, and I don't get what's with his behavior. I don't get what's with his attitude. But like, this is not the dude I thought he was.
Yeah.
You're just making shit up.
Dude,
What does Tech agree with John? What a fucking loser. Inconsistent.
We literally
Wow.
solved this conversation. We talked it out, and then I asked you about zero stuff because it's
I
all done. And
told
now
you we're
you
not
shifted
doing
it
that.
all the way back
I
here
told you we're
to
not
try and
doing
just derail the zero shit.
No, I'm not trying to derail it. I'm not talking to you about it at all because you're dishonest, and it's already been annoying.
Who would you, dude? You haven't talked to me about it. Period.
So I have
Why
to
don't you
talk
explain it like you explain your fucking John shit? Like, why don't you
because
just
I've done this
explain
shit for 2 months and I'm tired of it.
All right.
If you want to do anything more, I told you you can make a video. If you're gonna keep complaining, if you want to keep saying I'm dishonest
Yeah.
and I'm the same as John Swan, make a fucking video about it.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Zero
I mean,
shame.
it seems like we summed that up right there.
Technicals cover up.
Yeah.
I don't know if y'all want to take callers or anything, but I might take some. If you have to go, then feel
I
free.
mean, I don't have to go. I don't really want to take any callers, but
Okay.
We can end it there.
All right, we'll just end it there then.
all right.
If
Thanks,
y'all-
Doc.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, thanks
Thank
for
you
instigating,
guys.
Doc.
Technically I was the one who instigated because I pinged y'all and then oh boy, that whole entire Twitter storm happened. But
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna
Plus,
take
it was
callers
like
right
fucking
now.
3 a.m., bro. I was like, my girlfriend's like laying next to me. I'm like, dude, this is fucking terminally online. I felt like fucking John Swan.
Yo, Willie fucks.
Yeah, that was bad.
I mean, you can actually
Mhm.
believe that he fucks, though, to be honest.
Wait, who, Willie?
Yeah, look at him in comparison to, like, Nick and Augie and all them.
Oh yeah, no.
Okay.
There's something you can't take
Jabba
away
the
from
Hutt.
him, is he's, like, the normal human being, like, at least. You know, he's not a grotesque fucking tumor on society, so I appreciate that.
I mean, I guess, but like, they even like
just for being moderately attractive, Willie, like the blow has been softened because you know he doesn't hurt my eyes, so I appreciate that.
What
I
are
give him
you
a pass.
What are you saying?
Yeah, he's a good looking guy. You know, I feel like that's only his given right. You know, just a little bit. It's not as bad as if like Nick DiOrio.
All right, hold on. Let me get this tip from Gigi Evan. I swear this feels like a fever dream episode of The Daily Show. The decision to platform Mr. Girl as their
in a forever fever dream.
Senior pedophile correspondent has bit them in the ass. Oh yeah.
Based.
Oh my god,
Let's fucking go.
They're pedophile correspondents.
Let's fucking go, Mr. Girl. The voice of
Mr.
reason.
Girl.
I can't understand what's with the absurd levels of charitability for the guy. I here's the thing, he's good for clicks. I think that's what it is.
Jesus, Mr. Girl or Willie?
Mr. Girl.
Well, I genuinely believe that Mr. Girl is doing the shit he does for attention, nothing else.
Mr. Girl's a little fucked up though.
Oh, absolutely.
He plays the mind games. Oh my goodness.
Just project, bro.
Hello, smart Alec.
Hello,
Or Meg.
Sen. Hello,
Meg.
Augie RF Centicur, or whatever the fuck your name is
Thank
today.
you. That's actually a good mix. I like that. Good job. You have succeeded in your mission today, Meg. You get to eat.
Mate.
Wow, you get food. Good for you.
I know, right? I feed Meg. Don't worry.
What the fuck?
Keep
I
him
just
alive.
had a corn dog.
Jesus. Not a good diet.
You had a corn dog? Sen was about to finally feed you.
I know. Terrible.
Yeah. Sorry. A man needs.
Why do you think
fend
Willie
for
fucked
himself.
up this badly, smart Alec?
Well, I mean, I already think that Willie is just not good at debates. We've seen it
Whoa.
before.
That's fucked up.
He doesn't understand what the other person is telling him when they're trying to convey points. If you've seen it, like, in calls, like, I mean, we've had him on and he had a difficulty understanding what, like, we were trying to tell him about the quartering. You guys remember that?
I thought it was just a debate tactic he was using.
I don't get the appeal of the debate tactic, which is I am retarded and losing the debate because I can't understand what's going on. It's not a very good strategy, IMO.
Well, you know, it's Willie. You know, he's got charm
I
and
don't
charisma.
think it's him being really spicy with these new
spicy
strats. I
now.
just think he genuinely has tough time comprehending his
You know,
opponent
it's Willie.
sometimes.
He has charm and charisma, but you know, it just doesn't work when it's somebody that also has charm and charisma.
I just don't think he's good at debates generally.
Well, he took on the T channels, you know.
He
That
didn't
was the thing.
debate them though.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
that's
true.
true.
But he took them on, whatever that means.
He made videos on them.
Hell yeah.
That's the
dude.
thing about videos versus, I mean, that's why there's such a big difference in quality between, like, a decent video and an argument, is because, like, Willie is fine in, like, the establishing part of the point and reacting to their point, but when they clarify what they're trying to say, he gets confused.
Well, yeah, you can't control like what God. I don't want to say controlling the narrative, but that's what it is, ain't it? When you make when you make a response, you're controlling the story that you're telling fully, right?
Oh, yeah.
There aren't interjections that could be made. There are no clarifications that you ask for. It's just like you legitimately make the video. You control the story. You control the narrative. You tell your audience or the audience what's happening, right? That's what happens.
I'm so sorry, but whenever you talk, Trico is spitting in your profile picture. It's so fucking distracting.
Just don't look at it. I'm gonna keep this for a while. I like Trico. This Trico's just like vibing.
You do be vibing.
Yeah, it's wholesome.
Yeah, I just genuinely think that I don't think it's a debate tactic. He just genuinely seems confused.
Yeah, that's up. What the hell?
Is it though?
Maybe
I'm doing everything in my power to make sure like WillyMac looks like he's like a formidable, you know, contender and that he knows what
Opponent.
the fuck he's talking about.
Yeah,
you
but
know, he's got
the problem
this,
is
but
he
then
doesn't.
You guys are making it seem like he doesn't, right? And like he's not prepared for this, and it's like, oh come on, guys.
Oh yeah. Also,
But that's how you feel too.
No.
Also,
Yeah.
the lack of preparation. That's
Just
probably a factor.
in all parties, yeah.
Well, I mean,
Except
WillyMac.
Tech. Yeah, mostly.
Well, it's because
fucking
Tech has
Willy
been like
and-
talking about the same thing like for months.
I just think it's funny because they're both audibly depressed and like didn't want to be here, even though they both kind of forced each other onto this specific situation. Like I know WillyMac started it, but they were like, but then like WillyMac wanted to debate, him privately, and then Tech was like, no, let's do it publicly, and then Doc was like, no, let's do it on here, and no one wanted to even be on there by the time
I don't
they
even
did.
think Tech said let's do it publicly until Doc said let's do it publicly.
I mean, I'm pretty sure he wants. I mean, generally, he usually does want to do things publicly.
Why wouldn't you want to?
Yeah, exactly. I don't want to deal. Oh god. Also, I know this is a complete tangent, but in case, just anyone out there, in case Daft Peanut ever wants to talk to you privately, make sure just tell him no. Do not let him talk to you privately. Make sure it's always public, okay? There are some people who are just very sleazy.
Somebody says that
privately.
you're right. Willie has a hard time comprehending people's arguments. That's not good. That's not a good thing. That means there's a word for that. It's called being stupid. Like
Yeah,
that's not
we
good.
must train Willie. We must train Willie.
No,
to be
I
stronger.
thought Willie already had everything in the bag. There's nothing to teach, and he's got it all made.
Oh nah.
Yeah, look, I mean, this is uniquely stupid. I don't know what else to say. Like, I like the guy, but like,
Given what, I don't think it's uniquely stupid.
Pretty
given
common.
What we've seen.
I mean, that's fair, I guess. Yeah.
Especially even by Doc on the radio, like debate stream standard, it's not unique. We've seen his debates get pretty insanely stupid.
Damn.
I mean, just the contestants, they are sometimes. Sometimes the debate amounts to, I think you should be deplatformed, and you call everyone pedos, and then sends like, who did I call a pedo, and then he just fucking leaves. Sometimes that's the debate.
Doc, I'm not doing this, Doc. It's either him or me, Doc.
Oh, Doc actually kicked Doggy out because he would shut the fuck up today.
That's
That
funny.
What was Augie
was
crying
amazing.
about? I heard him crying,
was
but then
Oh, you know what he was crying about?
What?
He was arguing with randos in the chat, saying, "I pick my battles well."
Yeah, okay, that bullshit. I don't think you do, kid, but okay.
As proven.
If
by
you
him
picked your
getting that-
battles well, you wouldn't have to like run away or ban someone or mute someone. You
If you
fucking
picked
idiot.
your battles well, you wouldn't be arguing with your chat, saying that you pick your battles well.
Yeah, why are you battling your chat? Right? Well, it wasn't his chat technically; it was Doc's. But yeah, like
Well,
a
they
mixture.
share the same audience.
They really do. All right.
Pick my battles well.
That's pretty much the end of that stream, though.
It's incredible. I loved it. I'm gonna go over the parts where like Augie cries like at a later date because I think it's funny.
All right, let's see if any of them talked about it after the fact. Nothing from technicals.
Crow, just go to sleep.
No.
And nothing from WillyMac.
I'm gonna head out, guys.
All right, Crow, go to bed.
Wait, has anyone seen the haha yeah document, the twit
No,
longer?
I literally didn't watch it. I just said, oh
my
yeah.
god. That twit longer.
Oh,
That's
God.
gonna be something for another day, but that
Is it a meme?
It's not a meme.
All right, guys,
no.
we're gonna end it here. I'm sorry, I'm so tired. I had to take pain medicine for my hand.